This is the Hills Footy League Match of the Day.
Yes, it's a big welcome once again to the vibe of Hills Football and another edition of the Call of the Wild. Jeff Bastol and the team with you as the Dreammaker Caravan Mobile Studio has taken the trip south to Solar Wholesalers Oval in downtown Echunga for the Hills Division 1 Round 8 A-grade football clash between the hosting Southern Demons and Blackwood. And of course the live stream today coming to you through our great sponsor, Chris Shaw Accounting. Also, welcome to those listeners on board through Lofty 88.9 FM. And a special thank you mentioned to Solar Wholesalers for supplying the high tower from which our esteemed award-winning cameraman Dallas Rogers will be bringing you the brilliant shots this afternoon. Well, we anticipate a great contest this afternoon. It's a big occasion as Echunga particularly celebrate Indigenous round with a specially designed Guernsey. As well, once again, a pleasure to welcome the wild men of the call, Benny Goldfinch and Rob Sherwood. Good afternoon, boys.
Pistols, great to be here from Echunga Oval. Sunny conditions. Rob, out there, how are they?
Yeah, nice. Sun is out at the moment. Still be about 4 degrees. No, probably about 12 degrees, but slight breeze coming towards the primary school end, I think. Yeah, so it should be a great call. Looking forward to it, boys.
And, well, Benny, looking forward to this, the Indigenous round, which we'll be talking about, I believe, at half-time.
Half-time, I'm going to have a chat to the artist of the Echunga Guernsey, David Booth, who's also leading the pre-match ceremony as well, Pistol. So perfect conditions for a great game of football. And we've got a very special guest.
We have, and just seen three-quarter time for the reserves game, and for those interested, Blackwood 5-2 are leading Echunga 3-7, so a pretty good contest out there. Now, as Goldie alluded to, a special guest. We're more used to seeing him actually run around Echunga Oval, but plays in the past for the Demons, but also for his newly adopted club in Blackwood, leading goal kicker last season. But as football turns its way with the way fate goes, unfortunately not out there at the moment, nursing a badly broken leg, ankle and some other damage. So it's great to have him on board. As I said, we'd rather see him out there. But Joel H, welcome to see you on the Call of the Wild again.
Thanks, Pistols. Yeah, unfortunate circumstances. I think 3 weeks ago now, just sort of broke my leg, tibia, and a bit of a torn medial. So,
I like the way you say just sort of broke it.
Slightly.
And obviously coming up against the old mob today, it's pretty fresh, but nice and sunny. So,
well, we thought Indigenous Data might be playing for the Ace Cup. Remember both sides, both camps.
So no, I think it'll be a cracking game. Echunga have improved out of sight from last season, and we've sort of been. We started quite well, had a few wins in a row, and then we've sort of had a few injuries most games. So I don't think we'll finish the game with a full bench the whole year. So a lot of ins and outs every week. So, but I think we got a couple back in today. We still got a few out. So hopefully, we can get the chocolates. It's a pretty important game. I think we're 4 and 3. I think, and I think it's Echunga 2 and 5. So it's a big game for both clubs.
Now, just getting back, don't want to bring up bad memories, mate, but the incident when you broke your leg, was it a high pack contest or just fell over? Or?
No, pretty unfortunate. I was in the third quarter against Rather. I was starting to sort of come into a bit of form. I had a bit of interrupted pre-season and just got a quick ball sort of near the goal script, and I've tried to quickly just bang it on the boot as soon as this. And as I've sort of flung my foot back, I've been tackled from behind and pushed forward, and my leg sort of got pretty.
Yep.
And I've gone down on it, and I heard a pretty big snap, and I thought I knew I was in some strife
no
with
good.
my leg. But I was worried that I'd possibly done my ACL as well, which would have been long,
sure.
big recall and things like that. But fortunately, it was just the medial, and and I've been lucky enough to avoid surgery. So if all goes well, still probably 10 weeks away, probably back playing, but yeah.
So that's the ambition to get back for this
Absolutely. I'd love to get back. It's just sort of depending on sort of, I think, where we are on the table. If finals are in the picture, and I can get back to the last 2-3 games before finals.
Now-
Absolutely, I'd love to get back. But
How's the rehab going? Because as you sit here in the Dreammaker, with me, you're actually wearing a normal shoe and everything. Were you in a moon boot or
so
et cetera,
it
a
was
caster?
Nah, so it was super high on the knee. So basically, it was on the medial tip of the toe, for the medical term. So it was super high. So they couldn't put plaster on or anything like that, which is probably a good thing in a way. So the rehab's just been a bit on my back. Probably 3 weeks. I think this is the third time that I've been out. I've been out and about, so it's good to get out of the house. I've got stairs at my house as well, so it's been a bit tricky.
Yeah, no doubt it is. Hey, now, second season at Blackwood, as you said in the shortened campaign last year, you topped the goal kicking. Obviously, new coach this year. Differences between Scott Preble and Ryan Anderson, you noticed?
Scotty, so Ando was really good. Obviously, got a good relationship with Ando. Scotty's come in a bit of a younger coach, so I think he's had a lot of knowledge. I think maybe in the AFL system, SNFL system. So we've come in and just obviously learnt. Scotty's had a bucket load of structures that he's brought in. So it was a lot to sort of learn at the start of pre-season. I thought a lot of the guys were just like far out. There's a lot to take in. But we've all bought in, and now, everyone's got a role. So, if we've got certain names for these positions and things like that. So, if you don't know your role for the structures, it's going to let the whole team down. So, we're a super young team as well. So these kids coming through have been sensational. They're learning off the older heads, and even some of us older heads are learning off them. So the future's pretty bright, I think. We lost to Hahndorf, I think, round 1. They kicked away in the last quarter. We were only down by 3 goals, I think, in the last quarter, and they kicked away. But I think, and then we won 4 in a row. Then we've lost the last couple just through had a lot of personnel not playing. So we've got a couple back this week. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a big game for both clubs today. For us, it will cement our spot in the 5. So hopefully the boys can get the chocolates.
As you said, we're just watching Blackwood go through their paces of the warm-up over in the small number 2 ground here over by Royal Echunga Golf Club. Just tell us about some of these young guys. Obviously, we haven't seen before, but a few graduates from last year's under-18 side. Oscar Hodge. Who else we got there? Jackson Fairman. Also a young guy, Patrick Hillard, who's joined the club. Under-18 premiership player with Woodville West Torrens. So just a bit of update on them.
Yeah, all 3 of them are absolute stars. Like they had a really good reputation coming into the year, and just what they've shown for me personally is just incredible. Like I think Oscar first game was best on ground, and his first A-grade game he's getting best on ground, playing half back, just strongly. We lost Scott Bricknell, which is a big loss for the footy club. It's great player, and Hodgie's come into that role.
You couldn't talk him out of retirement?
I think a few people have tried. Would love to have him. Obviously losing those Westies boys. Bricks, McCready, Ando,
Thompson,
KT. So there's so a lot of experience there. So I think we'd love all 4 of them to and Ando obviously. So we'd love all those guys to keep playing. But with them obviously out of the side, it gives the opportunity for these young guys to come in and they're showing some really good signs. And for the future, I'm super excited.
You're on the call of the wild, coming to you this afternoon from Solar Wholesalers Oval in Echunga v Blackwood. Currently in the reserves, Echunga 3-8 trailing Blackwood at 5-2. And pre-match, we're talking to injured Blackwood star forward, Joel Ace. So as we said, coming into this game, Joel, we're looking at 3 in a row, the loss. So obviously you get around the club still during the week. So they've actually put a bit of importance, realising Echunga, as you said, in a bit of form, have pushed Hahndorf, the almost unbeatable Hahndorf combination. And then last week taking care of the Raiders, have been having a pretty good season. So Echunga coming in pretty good.
Yeah, so I think Echunga have obviously been following the results. I still know a few boys out here. So yeah, they've improved out of sight. I think they picked up a few recruits and they're pretty handy. So, and they've been in almost every game they've played. I think they've lost a few close ones, and they've obviously won a couple. So so we're obviously coming in with 2 losses. Last week, the Lobe loss, I think it was a couple of goals. So, and we still had a lot of personnel out. So we were in that game. We sort of probably lost that ourselves. There's some opportunities that we missed late that we really could have put the foot down. But that's footy. And the Yonkers loss, we're coming off a really good win against Uradla, but that came obviously at a massive cost. We had about 5 or 8, no, I think eight guys out from that game into the Yonkers game. So we had 8 ins, which is, almost half your side. So always difficult to, to have such a new team in a fresh week. So, yes, it's a super important game this week that we cannot take lightly because, we go 4-4 or 5-3. So it's, very important for us. And I think they've had a really good week on the track. So super exciting day for the footy club.
Now, I think he's another young guy. As I said, we haven't seen Blackwood this season, but I just noticed in the match reports, everything he's been showing it. Is it Edouard Van de Boer?
Eddie, yeah. So Eddie, Eddie's, really, really good left footer, very good skills, thumping kick. I think he did a full pre-season down at Westies and was pretty stiff to not stay out there. I think he was a bit flat that he didn't get to stay out there, but he's come up and been sensational. So I think he's only missed the one game through a bit of a knock, but yeah, he's another one. You'll notice him today. Strong left foot, very smart footballer. And just runs. Really good midfielder and wingman.
And a couple of guys you picked up with a bit of experience. Alex Scott, West Adelaide Meningie and Shock, and Sammy Venning, who's had a bit of SNFL experience at Glenelg, South Adelaide, the Crows top-up, and also Brighton Bombers premiership player.
Yeah, absolutely. So those two boys have come in. Obviously, there's a bit of experience, and they're just two ripping people as well as players. So they've come in and fit right in. Very good leaders. So the boys love them, and footballers, great footballers. I think Sammy's come back in the side today. He was been out the last couple with a bit of a knee injury, and Scotty is, I think this is his second game back from a bit of a head knock as well, and he's a very good lead up sort of centre half forward. So those two have been a big inclusions into our side.
You might want to answer this, but I'll ask you anyway. Has the situation off the field, with a bit of rumblings about the future of the Blackwood Football Club, has it affected the performance on field?
No, I don't think so. I think.
Can you give me your take on it?
I haven't known too much about it. I heard it basically as soon as after I got injured. There was a few murmurs that certain people wanted to move us to the amateur league, and then obviously a lot of people didn't. But I don't think it's what I know. I don't think it's divided the club at all. Definitely.
I think there was a meeting supposed to be last night, and constitutionally it didn't get held because of certain constitutions.
I've sort of stayed out of that. I haven't heard too much since it's been said. Yeah. The players, what's
the general feeling you get around the traps at training? Obviously, the boys discuss it.
Yeah, I think the general feeling is the general feeling is we want to stay in the Hills Football League. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing, that hopefully we stay.
It is an interesting situation this year.
Absolutely.
You do have your C grader actually playing.
Yeah, playing in the amateur league. So, it's look. All I've heard is sort of throughout the players that I think a lot of us want to obviously stay in the Hills Football League. It's a great league up here, and so I haven't heard anything else on the matter. And but as a group, as a playing group, obviously the skipper Ryan Dykesman, he's really made note. We can't worry about off-field things. So we really want to focus on footy and footy only. And so the players have really been ignoring all the sort of the outside talk on that kind of thing.
Speaking of Ryan, Joel, I did notice in the highlights last week he went down with a bit of an injury. It almost looked like he might have done what you've done. It did look serious at the time, but obviously full recovery.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit of a rolled ankle in the end for him, which is, lucky for him. I wish that could have been myself as well. But it was unfortunate. I think he took a really good mark there, and that was quite late in that game. I think that would have put us within 5 points or something of that game, and he couldn't take the kick. So, and we ended up missing the goal. So, but he's obviously recovered. He's obviously a big presence for us and a great leader. So it's good to have him in the side.
Speaking of missing, I'll just ask you about this bloke in a minute. It's Blackwood are behind there, 6-3 to 3-8 is the score in the reserve. So you talked about you've been stretched for depth, but certainly the reserve's doing it today. Was that given a goal by the looks of it?
That was one of the best. That was shocking.
Well, from where we were,
that was shocking.
I was going to bag him, but now I'll say the last goal.
Hang on, Pistol. 7-3 to 3-8, mate.
I thought from there it was behind, but anyway, thanks, Rob. the man who just kicked it, Lucas Herbert. Big Herbert.
Herbie.
Still running around.
Still,
He must
yes.
have paid the goal umpire $10 on that occasion.
And it's not even a
Still
Blackwood
ticking
goal
around, old
umpire.
Herbie.
so-
To have him still running around.
Yeah, the
goal,
big
amazing.
fella. I certainly.
He's had more comebacks than Johnny Farmer.
He has. He's a great man, Herbie. I remember when he was playing in the A grade when I was actually playing against him.
Yep.
When I was playing for Echunga, and he's just so big. I just never wanted to sit in the hole if Herbie's coming out to take a mark because he'd kill you. He's that big, and in person when you're next to him,
Like,
he looks even bigger.
massive.
So-
He seems to have been around for ages.
He has.
He probably played SNFL against the great man Rowdy.
He probably did. So no, it's good to see him out there.
Yeah.
He's a massive presence. So
Yeah, yeah.
no, he kicks a few goals every week in the
Well,
twos and.
Obviously
He'll be
loves
here again.
footy.
I tell you what, he Jag one.
I didn't see it, so but going by your reaction, it was
It'll be
quite a clear behind.
As soon as we watch play going towards the primary school end here, couldn't be too much longer to go in the twos here. It's as I said, Blackwood 7-3, quite handy lead over Echunga 3-8. So this will be a good win for the club. As you said, in the senior level have been picked a bit with the injuries.
Yeah, so we had a really healthy list coming into the
Hey,
season.
can I just ask you on that list, as we said, you're sort of split with over the senior side of things.
Yeah.
The C grade, do they become their own set squad? You can't bring blokes up to play.
No, we can. No, so they're
Interchange?
they're still all part of the footy club.
So
So,
do they have to then get a clearance? from
Just
the-
permits,
yeah,
so-
it's
just
a good
permits,
question.
I think.
That's a great question.
I think it's permits.
Yeah, it must be permits because
you need
I
some
wouldn't
time.
actually know because it's an interesting situation. Obviously, them playing in the amateurs and
Yeah.
obviously we're in the hills. So yeah, I think it's a permit situation there.
Yeah.
And I think you got to play so many games.
Yeah, to qualify
for finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that hasn't really. They still feel part of the club.
Yeah, absolutely. So we obviously train. I think we all train together, and
Yeah,
then
right.
we split. Obviously, some nights, obviously on the same oval, and then the teams all get announced on the Thursday night at dinners and stuff like that. All the A's, B's, and C grades. So yeah, so now we're all still one not tight group. So there's no.
So the Indigenous round situation, unfortunately, apparently your strips aren't ready to be worn, which is a bit of a disappointment.
It is very disappointing. Like the strips are cracker too. It's a
Yeah,
really
it's
nice strip.
fantastic.
Yeah, so we're a bit disappointed they couldn't get made in time. But in saying that, there definitely will be a home game this year that we will wear that strip.
Perhaps when you play at Chunga.
Possibly,
Yes.
yeah, possibly.
Return game, I believe.
And then hopefully I'm back then. Would be nice because it's a
Yeah.
nice strip.
Yeah. So as you said, the countdown for that is that things are going pretty well.
Yeah, so I haven't been this. I've obviously done no rehab on it.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's just not possible. So got the good news on Thursday from the doctor that I don't need surgery and I can get in the pool. So I think I can. The club will obviously hire out an indoor pool, like a lane, and I got a mate of mine that obviously has weights and stuff that you can do in the pool and do some fitness there to start off, and then hopefully in about maybe a week and a half, I should be off the crutches hopefully next Saturday. And then our physio Neeks is sensational, so I'll see her, and then she can give me some body weight exercises, and then just to strengthen it back up because it's so weak at the moment. My calf feels like I don't have one at the moment, so I've really got to strengthen that leg up.
Hey, just quickly, given the situation last year, it was the short season through COVID, and then even the AFL this year, they're complaining about going back to normal length games and virtually playing a longer season, which was always the norm anyway. Clubs this year, do you find that have had to adjust to that, going back to a full campaign as far as fitness, etc.?
Yeah, I do. I think, obviously last year it's a very interesting year for everyone. It was pretty difficult, obviously completing a whole pre-season, then having another 2 months off or whatever it was, having to do your own stuff, and then this year was good to obviously. We started in November. There was no real talk that COVID was coming back or anything. I think it's been. Luckily, we're not in Melbourne at the moment because it's not great there. But and then I think once we put in a pretty strong pre-season, and obviously I think we had 2 or 3 trials as well, plus a full 18 game plus finals. It's. I think. It hits you a bit. Obviously, especially being a bit of an older guy in the team, I was. I think I didn't go into one game this year where I wasn't a little bit sore. So,
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, I think once we put the work in, and once you sort of you get that match fitness in you. It doesn't really matter, whether it's 9 games or 18 games. You feel pretty good after, you get 2 or 3 games under your belt and get a bit of match fitness into you.
Hey, can I just ask you, of course, returning out here to a club where you played for a few seasons, greatest memory playing on this oval?
I think we had a really good win. I think maybe 3 years, maybe 2017 or 2018. Mount Barker were top at the time, travelling really well, and we were coming off a couple of really bad losses and came out here and had a really good win. The best win I had when I was playing out here against them. It was a great team performance. So I reckon that would be probably my greatest memory out here. I definitely enjoyed kicking a few goals out here as well. That was nice.
It's quite interesting when you're taking the concept of the Hills Football League. Virtually Blackwood, I remember when I came into the league back in 1987, I talked about like a suburban club. Okay, so that's where you are now.
Yeah.
And then the other side of the coin, you're out at one of a truly regional club.
Yeah.
Country atmosphere. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit. So obviously, I think I love Echunga's deck. Like I've always thought it's the best deck in the HFL. It's always prepared really well. But no, I think nowadays, like all the decks in the HFL are in really good nick because obviously back in the day you hear about your Mount Lofty's, your Bridgewaters, just full mud underwater. So all the decks are sensational these days. So I can't fault them.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, Joel. Thanks very much for joining us. As I said, unfortunate you're here and we won't be calling your name out there, but it's great to see that you're on the men, mate. Nothing too serious, although who you know.
No, I appreciate it, Pistols. It's been my pleasure to come and have a chat, and hopefully in the future I can get back later in the year and we go from there. Have another chat then, hopefully when I'm fully recovered and healthy.
We might get you out there, mate, and wire you up so you can talk to us while you're out there.
That sounds good to me.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks very much, Joel H.
Thanks, Jolly.
Joining us here on the call with the Wild.
Look after yourself, mate.
And the final siren has just gone in the reserves game, and Blackwood having a pretty good win, 8-3, had defeated Echunga 3-8. So Blackwood having a good win there, 8-3 to 3-8. As we just wait now for what's going to transpire here, as we said, Indigenous Day here this afternoon. Robbie Sherwood.
Yeah, it should be a cracker, mate. So they're getting ready. I think they're going to have a ceremony now, shortly.
So Benny Goldfinch has rejoined us. Scott Spenny, anyone watching it, how do they get involved as per usual?
Yeah, Pistols. We are on Call of the Wild Facebook page. We're on Call of the Wild YouTube. And I think we're on the Blackwood Facebook page and the Echunga Football Club Facebook page. So let us know where you're coming in from.
Absolutely, it's a bit of organisation going along in the background. As we said, both sides will be celebrating the Indigenous culture. As Joe H alluded to, a bit disappointing. Blackwood were going to be wearing their specially designed Indigenous round jumpers as well, but unfortunately the suppliers, as they do occasionally, have let you down. So as you'll probably notice in the live stream coverage of the game, they'll be wearing their normal green jumpers, and the special Indigenous one is designed by David Booth, I think it is, Benny.
Yep, correct. He'll join us at half time for a bit of a chat about the design and how it came about. So yeah, we're just getting the microphone out ready for the pre-match as the both sides coming out in the ground, Pistols, for this big clash.
Absolutely, and I can report a late change here for Echunga. Jesse Edwards not coming up, so he has actually been replaced by younger Blake Beersticker. Comes into the lineup, and for the published lineup, Blackwood will be unchanged. So I'll just quickly run through Blackwood. Jan Warbett, Patrick Hillard, River Moore, Ryan Dykesman, the skipper, Evan Johnson, Edward Van der Berg, looking forward to seeing him, Daniel Benson, Nathan Dunn, Phil Hopton, Oscar Hodge, exciting youngster, Josh Tainton, Jake Baldacera, Matty T, Lachlan Barnish, Alex Scott, Samuel Venning, the two key recruits, Matty Tucker, of course, the reigning medalist, Daniel Bennett, James Hopton, Sam Zevenboom, and another exciting youngster, Jackson Fairman. And your Echunga side, Goldie?
Oh.
Well, we might hold it there.
Yeah,
and we'll
go live now onto the ground.
Take in the welcome to the country ceremony. We thank David for his artwork that has been used in the design of our guernseys.
along with it. Thank you, David. I'll hand over to you.
Thank you. Well, it's an honour to be here and be a part of the Echunga Football Club and the design of their Indigenous round Guernsey. As was mentioned, my name is David Booth. I'm local here in Mount Barker in the Adelaide Hills, and my original connection to country, my bloodline and links to country are from Warramungu people in northeast of Tennant Creek, and also the Yagara people on the east coast of Australia and Brisbane. I've been very connected to this area of country through my partner and children for a bit over 20 years, and am a representative for Paramank and like to share cultural knowledge around music, art, story and dance. And the design was in representation of the club. Community and the club members in the centre of the design, and respect by and older club members and community members on the outer U-shapes, with the shields and the spears representing strength and protection, and the returning boomerang representing relentlessness, keep coming back for more. So that was the aim and design, is to represent Aboriginal Indigenous round and also the strength of Paramank people and culture here in the hills and in this country. We have over 500 different language groups. We have the oldest surviving culture in the world, and what a better day to launch the Guernsey for your Indigenous round right in the midst of Reconciliation Week, where the two dates that surround starting and finishing Reconciliation Week were very significant for Aboriginal people because of the 1967 referendum on the 27th of May and also the 1992 Mabo decision on the 3rd of June. It helped create and paved a pathway for Indigenous people here in Australia. With that, I would like to acknowledge where we are on country, being on Paramank land, and pay my respect to the Paramank people here in the Adelaide Hills. But also I would like to acknowledge the Warramungu people, my great-great-grandfather, and also the Yagara people too, my great-great-grandmother. With that also, I have with me the didgeridoo, which I'd like to share with you guys to start off the game for the, your Indigenous round and the launch of the Guernsey. And I would like to also acknowledge and pay my respect to the Yolngu people up in the top end of Arnhem Land, where the didgeridoo, or traditional name as Yidaki, originates from. So, thank you all for inviting me here to be a part of the launch. The Guernseys look great. Hope you all have a great game, a great time, and thank you all very much. Thank you guys, and have a great game, both teams. All the best, and enjoy the sunshine. Thank you to all the club members and all the organisers, and particularly Annette, who I've been working with very closely to make all this happen. It's a powerful moment for me. My first ever design launched on a Guernsey, so I'm happy to be here, proud, and have a good game, guys. I'm going to go grab a beer. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Thank you. I did. Yeah, you've met me before.
Well, good ceremony there, Benny Goldfinch, as we paid respects to the culture.
Yeah.
So once again, how can people get involved?
Yeah, Call of the Wild Facebook page, Pistols. We're also on the Echunga Facebook page and the Blackwood Facebook page and the Call of the Wild YouTube. And of course, if you're in the hills, or if you're not in the hills, well, in the hills specifically, Lofty 88.9 FM if you want to listen in the wireless, and also lofty.org.au anywhere, any time in the world, just for the live feed. But in terms of live visuals, Call of the Wild Facebook, Call of the Wild YouTube, and Echunga and Blackwood Facebook page for this big clash, Pistols, from a sun-drenched Echunga.
Yes, it might be sun-drenched, but not a lot of heat in the sun, but a little bit of a breeze. So just by later in the afternoon, our man down there on the boundary, Robbie Sherwood, might be looking a bit like a penguin down there, Rob. Lucky our man Colo's not here.
He couldn't handle it.
Now
it's chilly though, boys. It is chilly.
Pigeons come in, Rob, from JJ.
Yep. So you want some stats, boys?
Yes.
Pre-game stats, courtesy of our great man JJ.
JJ.
And there's more coming in for you too, which I'll get to you shortly.
Fantastic, mate. So head-to-head, we've got Echunga 8, Blackwood 7, and 1 draw. Head-to-head at Echunga. Echunga 4, Blackwood 3, so indicates a 50-50 sort of game, and the total average goals, behinds and scores against each other. Echunga have kicked in total 161 goals, 142 behinds, 1,056, and that's an average of 10-6, 10 goals, 8 behinds, or 10 goals 6, 66, and Blackwood average 11-9, which is 81. So, and they've kicked a total of 188 goals, 159 behinds, 1,287 in their games.
I can actually tell you too, also in the 9 meetings since 2016 is 6-3 in favour of Blackwood. And most recent win at Echunga by the Woods was in 2019, because didn't play here last year. And the D's last beat Blackwood at Echunga in round, 2018. So,
and the average margin, Pistols, at Echunga between the two sides either way is 23 points, so we'll see how we go.
Okay, we're underway. Call of the Wild, round 8 action. Toe poke forward, taken here for the Demons, through the agency of Rupert Peake. Gets the ball across and finds a teammate there, nurses the ball up the line, finds Gia Dresco, who's been in pretty good form this season for the Demons. So the Southern Demons wearing the Indigenous strip, working towards the golf course end of the ground. Pack flies, ball to Suru, got his hands to it, well read off hands there by Edwards. I think nurses it forward. Here's a chance, swooping on the ball, and off to the races.
Perfect start. Almost
for Echunga.
He missed.
And not listed, we'll have to chase up the Guernsey number because some of them not transpiring. But anyway, opening score on the board in the first 45 seconds is to Echunga, a minor score. So kick out from ball to Sarah. Finds a teammate deep in the back pocket. As I said, Echunga wing towards the Royal Echunga Golf Club end in this first term. Here on the Call of the Wild, of course, thanks to Chris Shaw Accounting and Solar Wholesalers. Ball nursed across, I think it's Daniel Benson with the ball. Deep in defence, just surveying what's on offer. So, goes across, back here to Evan Johnson. Of course, being the Blackwood a couple of seasons after coming over from the Gippsland. Set up his teammate there, and Alex Scott, new recruit, taken to the ground. Good tackle applied there by the Demons, so they hold the ball in the forward 50.
I think Tom Shoemaker there, Pistols at the tackle. Oh, here we go, there's a chance for Edwards. Goal! Adam Edwards offhand, lovely ruck work, and off hands, beautifully done there, Rob, and the first goal for the Echunga Demons inside the opening 2 minutes.
Yeah, he read it really well off the pack, didn't he? Just crumbed it, ran in the open goal, and so made up for the miss that was earlier on. So great goal.
So first blood goes to the Echunga Demons. I think it was good ruck work there. Might have been young Grave involved there. And we had Simon Quinn, the coach, on during the week on the huddle reform. And he was saying young Grave played a season last year in defence and back into ruck duties, and he certainly improved in that capacity. So it'll be Grave again in the centre. He'll be up against the experienced man in Jan Warbot for the Woods. Leaper is Grave, got his hands to the ball. Nursing the ball forward there is Cam Bates. Gets a kick away forward. Over the top of her teammate. Coming through there. Gavin, as a handball comes back here towards Tom Schumacher, involved that last play. This time he's caught up. Instead of being the tackler, he was the tacklee, and a free kick turned over to Blackwood.
Yep. So the Woods kicking towards the right of your screen, or right of your dial, towards the school end, I suppose you'd say. Pistols. Kick towards centre half back area. Taken here by Edward Vandenberg. So Vandenberg, centre half area, back area for the Woods. Just patient build up. Wheels onto the left boot, kicks it out towards the outer side wing. Spoiled there against Jan Warbot.
Oh.
Crashing in. Is that one of the baits? As I reckon it might have been. Sweeping handball. Liam Tansel involved. Eventually the Demons work it up the wing towards the half-forward line. Woods defence under pressure early, but they should mop up here. Pistols through Jake Baldacero, who switches play out and finds a teammate here.
Bennett's right at the Dream Maker coverage wing. Nurses the ball into the centre and finds a teammate there. So the Woods just playing possession football. Comes back across the line, finds Nathan Dunn, half back flank area, so not really making much yardage as they share the ball around. So Dunn going back will survey what's on offer. Goes long up the interchange flank. Target here is Hopton, comes out off hands, fisted forward by Johnson. Chunga block it in there. Ball goes to ground. Fighting hard for the ball, umpire letting it flow. As Hopton, tackle applied there on his Chunga opponent there, and there will be a bollock. That was Luca Jackaway. Good to see him back after a skateboarding accident last year.
Yeah, very much so. Just near the interchange bench for Blackwood. Tuck involved, of course, last year's male medalist, and it's gone off hands boundary throw. And of course, he received the male medal, Rob and Pistols, at this ground last year on grand final day.
Certainly a memorable ceremony, that one.
5 minutes in, 1-1 to Echunga. Blackwood yet to score. Adam Edwards getting the first goal of the match. Clearing kick towards the forward line there for the Woods by Jackson Fairman. Centre forward area taken by Giadresco for Echunga. Deemed to have been held onto, and he'll earn a free kick here for Echunga. Of course, played at Torrens Valley, involved in that grand final appearance at Carndorf. Now playing really good football to Echunga Demons, and he finds a teammate there. Pistols out in the outer side, and that player is
Liam Place.
Liam Place, just got the binos on him.
Yep, decides to go back and finds a teammate there. So the Demons going backwards to come forward. Comes out wide out here and spots up Rupert Peake, new recruit this year. Further goes up wide. A bit of indecision there, but the Demons get out of trouble. Short pass in here.
Henry Reuter.
By Reuter off his bootstraps, close to the boundary line, right in front of the interchange between the two clubs. And a ball in will take place. The academy boy pitching it in, so it'll be Warbot and Sammy Grave to do a battle. So a bit of wrestling. Grave in front plate, got a push in the back. Quick kick away by Tuck, coming to meet it. Oh, well scooped up there. Well played there for Blackwood. I think it was James Hopton. So moved the ball forward, but good interception there for the Demons.
Liam Tansel switches. Teammate there on the half-back flank, works it up the wing, looking for Harry Young here on the wing. Does nicely, went one way then the other, got onto the right boot with a short kick. Pick up by Adam Edwards around the action, kicked the first goal of the match. Handball over the top, here's the dangerous Giadresco for Echunga. Kick inside 50, good punch there towards the boundary line by Nathan Dunn. Echunga still keeping it alive here. Pistols. Lovely centering pass to Shoemaker. 1-2, play on, advantage, kicks, and on the left, nails the goal. I don't think it was a mark. He played on immediately, kicked the goal on his left. Beautiful stuff there for Echunga, Rob.
Yeah, it was a great piece of play, wasn't it, by Giadresco on the side. Kicked it out wide, and then they brought it back in to the centre of the ground.
I tell you what, full credits there goes to Jack Liston. He was on the lead from Giadresco, but he refused to give up once it was spoiled, and he centred the ball, and as you said, Schumacher finished up. So the big key full forward, why he didn't get his hands to it, goal, he certainly made the contest, which resulted in the goal. So back in the centre, it is Echunga 2-1. Blackwood yet to get on the board. We've played 6.5 minutes here, quarter old round 8. Coming to you from Echunga Oval. So sun's out, but not that warm. Up they go. Grave, the leaper, again got the ball down. First to get there be Johnson, the boy from Sale City. Gets it forward for Blackwood. Bouncing ball, intercepted there, nearly for the Demons.
Sean Munn.
Ball comes out the side. Here's Johnson. He followed up, tried to toe poke it forward. Coming through is Benson. Hard as usual. Got the ball out in the direction of Vandenberg. He finds a little bit of space. Chips it out wide to the lead of a teammate here. Gathering round the corner. Will it come back through the agency there?
Matty T, I think.
Matty T. But cleared out here. Johnson in the box seat takes the mark for Blackwood and will send it back inside 50.
Yep. Good to see Ryan Dykesman here for the Woods, because I thought he might have injured himself last week, but he's all right, Pistol. So kick towards the full forward line. And I'll tell you what, it's gone through for a goal. Well, there you go. Great goal for the Woods. And on the board there, Rob. And,
it was a weird one. He kicked it in top of the square and it floated through. So
I thought he was trying to, as you said, just lob it to the top. But maybe is there a bit of a breeze going towards the primary school end?
Yeah, there is. It's a bit fluky, but yeah, when it gusts, it's probably a couple of goal.
So Blackwood on the board with their first goal. Just try and pick up who kicked that. But,
Benny Kernich will be all over it, Rob.
Yeah.
If you find someone from Blackwood and you kick that goal, we'll find out.
No worries.
Bit
I
hard
think
to
it was
pick
26.
Okay, back in the centre, Grave the leaper, but ball won away by Herbert Warbot at ground level. Ball comes out here, working hard. There's Stacks on the middle, tuck, working hard. Handball comes out the back door for the Demons. Clearing kick away through the agency of Sean Munn, new recruit. Goes out on the Coop, wing out wide. Intercepted here for
Fairman, I
Blackwood. Taken long and kick set back inside by Alex Scott, I think it was.
Yep. Forward
pocket area. Ball in dispute. Finally, the Demons try to clear it. Oh, great pick up there by
Alex.
Oh,
that's holding the ball.
Down and a great tackle, great pick up. Equally good tackle taken there for Blackwood by
Alex Scott. Yep, kicks in, finds a teammate there into the pocket. Good little period here for the Woods, Rob, as we got another shot at goal for Blackwood kicking towards the primary school end of the ground.
Looks like it's Samuel Venning, boys, because a bit of a SNFL experience. Glenelg, South and the Crows SNFL team, and also Brighton Bombers premiership player. So, wait and see. That's where you go. So, as I said, Venning, opportunity here to give the Woods a second goal within about 90 seconds towards the primary school end in this opening term. This will pull things back nearly level. Looks like he has drifted a little bit wide, so through for a minor score. So it's Blackwood 1-1, Echunga a 2-1, and we've played nearly 10 minutes here at opening term. So ball brought back in for Echunga out wide. Out there, I think it's Gia Driscoll might be in it. Or was it placed in the distance? On this big ground, but sometimes hard to pick up. And also the white numbers today, making it a little bit difficult on the Echunga Indigenous jumper. Apart from that, a great looking strip. Ball up high. Fisted full by Warbot. Ball comes down. Here's Gia Driscoll. Flicks out to a teammate there in Young. Young drives it forward. Camped under the ball and taking a mark there in the centre of the ground is Oscar Hodge. Exciting youngster for the Blackwood Football Club. So virtually in the centre of the ground. Surveying what's on offer. Decides to go short. He's got a lead here from Daniel Benson. Puts out the Dukes and takes a strong mark.
Benson always usually plays a good game of footy when we call the games. Kicks it towards centre half forward area. Finds a teammate there in Scott, I think, Pistols.
Yeah, he's had a few touches already, Goldie.
Yep, good likely height. Going back for a shot, as you said, from West Adelaide, Meningie, Sacred Heart, Old Collegians, centre half forward area. So, bit of a breeze, as Rob says. Let's have a look at this one. Kicks it off towards the back pocket area, and that's taken by Echunga. Off to the races here. Rupert Peake takes a mark. So, half back line for Echunga. We've gone just on 10 minutes, 11 minutes now.
That's going to go wide.
1 goal, 1. And out of bounds on the full job there. So free kick to the Woods, just around from the Blackwood interchange bench area. Adam Edwards on the mark here for Echunga. Good crowd in the house, as you expect for this clash. Matty Tuck, last year's male medalist, takes the mark. Centre wing, grandstand side.
There's a further forward. Oh, coughed up there by Venning, I think it was. He's good enough to get it back. Got it back to the runner, Tuck. Gets it out further wide to a bit close to the boundary line there. Lurking was Daniel Bennett, but the line beats him, and the academy boy will come into play. Yeah, as I said, Goldie, good crowd in the house, and why not? Important occasion, Indigenous round being celebrated here, so the academy boy pitches it in. Warbot and Grave, once again, flicked over the back, taken by Parr, who's run down, working for the free kick there, locked up high. Finally gets a clearing handball.
Oh, watch out.
Oh, well,
nice
spinning
work.
out of trouble there was
High tackle.
Banish.
Free kick high.
And Lockie Banish to take the free kick for too high. Just on the edge of the centre square. Once again, a bit of indecision in the opening quarter here. Decides to set it up for the big man. Hopton to target, fisted well to ground. First to get there will be Place, I think it is, but Sean Munn, sorry. But the boundary line beats him, so once again the Academy boy comes into play. 2-1, Echunga leading Blackwood 1-1. 12 minutes expired here on the quarter wall.
Boundary throw in, half forward line for the Woods. Got the last goal. Benson around the action. Slung to the ground. Out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Rob, how's it looking down there? Your thoughts over the last few minutes? Woods just starting to settle now?
Yeah, Echunga had the first 4 inside 50s. Blackwood have had the last 6, boys. And we've got 2 centre clearances to Echunga, 1 to Blackwood.
So Sam
Boundary
Zephyr
throw
having
in.
a time in ruck. Gets the ball down there. Echunga, can they get a kick away? Yes, they do. Bouncing ball intercepted here by Hillard.
Well done.
Oh, good spoiling work there. Further toe poke forward for the Demons. Is it Edwards? Ball comes out here wide. Oh, good illusion there from the Blackwood players. They work a string of chambles. Oh, Hillard drops it at the vital moment and the ball over the boundary line on the outer coop wing here this afternoon. The breeze down there, Rob.
Yeah, it's fluky. It's actually swung around. It's pushing out to the right forward pocket, kicking down towards the primary school end, boys.
So 14 minutes gone. Echunga 2 goals 1, Blackwood 1 goal 1. Live from Echunga here. Boundary throw in centre wing, outer side. Car Park's line there. Jan Warbett for Blackwood. High ball. Didn't go further than enough, but the Woods, well, downfield free kick, is it?
Yep.
Dumped to the ground after play, so it'll go downfield free kick to the Woods, and I'll have a shot on goal. I think it's Ryan Dykesman.
Yep.
Pistols
Yep.
going to have a shot here. Slight angle, about 30 metres out.
And that was young Jackson Fairman, the young under-18 boy who kicked the forward goal and he was pushed to the back. Umpire ruled. So, as you said, Ryan Dykesman, the opportunity to post. He's got 10 goals for the season with Ace out at the moment injured. He's the leading goal kicker. Ace with 14, Dykesman with 10. Could possibly be 11 after this shot. It certainly is.
Yep.
Straight through the eye of the middle from the skipper, and that's a goal they needed just to steady him. So, all tied up here, boys, at Solar Wholesalers Oval in Echunga. Echunga 2-1, Blackwood 2-1.
Good game of football so far, and I'll just go to Jaden J. Hill's stats. He's just got some more coming in here. So just some random stuff here. Echunga's highest winning margin against Blackwood recently was 29 points back in round 4 2014 and the elimination final in 2014. And the Blackwood's highest winning margin was 110 points back in round 8 2020. Of course, that was last year. So back in the middle, 2 ruckmen are going to go at it here. Seven Boone.
And I think it's Josh Rogers.
Josh Rogers. Umpire will throw it up. Umpires today, Mitch Taylor, son of, and Glenn Godfrey. I think that's Mitch Taylor who's throwing it up. Straight up, straight down. Echunga trying to clear the ball. Bit of a scrap near the cricket pitch area. Umpire letting it go. Good tackle there, Dykesman. And umpire comes in and says, or Johnson, I should say. Umpire says, I'll have it. So, cricket pitch area. We've gone 16 minutes. Scores locked away in a good game. Here's
well
the Woods
done.
once again. Just starting to get the inside 50s and the clearances going their way at the moment. Samuel Venning involved. Kick forward. Dykesman, he's lively. Loves these situations. Sweeping amber over the top to Phil Hopton. Tried to get it on quickly. Didn't go very far. Echunga mopping up through Adam Edwards. Socket off the ground. Snap high. Up in the air by Edward Vandenberg into the forward pocket area. And Demons take a mark there. Harry Young, is it?
Yep, Harry Young deep in the back pocket. Wastes no time, gets the ball forward. Good defensive work was there. Spurt the ball comes back in. Edwards got his hands to the ball, looks for support. In the meantime, looks like he's been paid a free kick for an infringement in that marking contest. So Adam Edwards, because 200 games up just recently. Well done to Nadsy. Nurses the ball up the wing area. Just goes there with Rogers. Ball spills free. Here's a chance for Mitchy Parr. Bit of a Jack Bampton lookalike.
Yeah.
As the ball bounces forward, taken there by Dunn. Looks for support. Finds it. Then goes backwards here. Chance for Oscar Hodge. He's under pressure as he gets a sweeping handball back towards the centre ground. Oh, son of the
watch
idea
out.
that Dunn coming in to meet him heavily was a Echunga player.
Schumacher.
Schumacher. And finally the ball held up. So interesting in the middle, well, last bit of autumn, the sun in the eyes there.
Yep. One of the runners wearing a hat today. So We'll get the temperature too shortly from Echunga. Clearing kick from the Demons towards the centre half forward or the full forward area. Under pressure, is that high? Umpire says no. Or play on. That was Zach Baldacero clearing the ball out towards the boundary line. Picked up by Evan Johnson, tied on the boundary line for the Woods. So from half back, he goes towards the outer side wing. Ball bounces high, went over the top of Zevenboom's head, and it's gone out of bounds. Free kick, last touch rule there, Rob.
Yeah, last touch. So free kick to Echunga.
So D's bring it in. Target coming out there and a good sticky-fingered mark taken by, is this perhaps Nathan Ellis?
I think so.
Goes forward in front, pushing the back there to the defender.
Jack
Blackwood
Liston against Jack Liston there.
Yep, against Jack Liston. So River Moore with the free kick nurses the ball short to a teammate on the run, goes out wide here to the wing. A chop off, should have been taken for Echunga. Keeps the ball cleverly in play. Gives it back here to Peake. Peake goes back to the Bates, back to Peake, finally gets his boot to it. Camp done it was done over the top of his head, coming at the metres.
Lockie Bates.
Lockie Bates gives off here to the run of Reuter, centres the ball nicely. Blackwood defence winning overtime here. Right at the back door, here's a chance here. Locked up perilously close to the flat, to the goal square, and held in there. So we'll have a rupture right in the 10-metre goal square here.
Oh, player slowly getting to the feet. Evan Johnson's last thing. Blackwood needs another injury. Maybe he's just a little bit winded. I'm not the best for picking injuries, but the trainers are going out there.
But good work down here by Sean Munn getting involved.
Well, he looks a little bit groggy there, Rob.
Yeah, just a heavy hit, I think, boys. I think he's up on his feet.
So ball up.
Dangerous position. Echunga goal! Oh, tell you what.
Touched.
Kakuro.
Good to see him back, of course. He kicked 9 goals in his last game that he played, or one of his last games he played against.
He's kicked 15 in 4 games.
Yeah, very handy recruit from Woodville West Torrens, if I remember correctly, Pistol. So the Woods now trail by 1 point. A good game of football so far. Clearing kick out towards the wing area. Picked up nicely there. Involved was Liam Tansel. And what are they going to do here? Shoemaker gets the handball on his left. Kick towards the centre half forward area. 1-on-1. Ellis put the mid up. Brings it to ground level, and the Woods should clear here in the middle of the ground. Dykesman's a target. Meeting the sandwich. Free. Echunga players went up. Ball hits the deck. Handball over the top there by Filkey. He was good last week, Pistols. Giadresco involved. Giadresco once again. Just playing around with it here. I think it's kick inside 50 from Echunga deep. 3 Woods players went up. Ball cleared out of the fence, though, for them. And all Echunga players here.
Oh, no talk. There's the ball comes to ground. Spins his way out of trouble. Going back, I think it's Rogers working hard. Deflection there favours the Demons. Finally, the ball comes out there through the agency of Gerke, but ball spills out back here to Peake. The new recruit, he's had a few kicks already, puts it high towards centre half forward. Pack settles over the top of the Demons. 1 grab, 2 grab. Defensive mark taken there by Oscar Hodge. Exciting youngster, been pretty impressed with him so far. Up from last year's senior Colts team, really made A-grade football, I'd suggest. Nurses the ball up, but I tell you what, he's looking for a target out here. Gave him a real task there was Matty T. Right on the line, right in front of the Dreammaker. Will have the ball up, a ball in from the academy boy.
No free kick there because it was a scrimmage for last touch. So boundary throwing just near us in the broadcasting van. Rucks go at it, bring it to ground level. Zevenboom tried to get a handball away there. Pistols, it was attempted one, and it's held up by Giadresco for Echunga. Centre wing, just in front of us.
Yep, Venning diving on the ball, held in there, as you said, by Giadresco. So the true wing position, once again, to be Rogers for the Demons against Zevenboom. Zevenboom was the leaper. Rogers nearly took the ball away out of the air, goes to ground. Oh, good work as Place comes in. He's nailed in a big tackle there. Strong tackle applied by Josh Tayton.
Carolyn Edwards is tuned in from
one of our regulars with the D's. Oh, g'day, Carolyn. The boys were one of them because Jesse a late withdrawal here.
She's tuned in from Port Lincoln as Liston comes back on the ground. So ticked into time on here, 21-minute mark, just in front of the Blackwood coaching box. Blackwood 2-1, Echunga 2-2. 1 point the margin. Both sides hunting to be around the top 5 at the moment.
Looks like Rogers might have taken one in the head, isn't it? He's a bit gingerly and getting up when he does get up. Just down on all haunches at the moment as the trainers come in. Just a temporary hold up in play. So as I said, great conditions here for the last Saturday in May. So Rogers looks like he's going to go off. So they'll need a backup ruckman here as he comes back on. Looks like it's Grave after a spell on the bench. So Grave, front position, gets the ball down nicely.
Oh!
He's wrapped up in a, thank you very much. Big tackle applied there.
Oh, my
I think
gosh.
it was Venning, a real rib tickler that one, Goldie.
Very much so. 22-minute mark. Umpire's called a free kick here from the stoppage. It's going Blackwood's way, and it's going to Zevenboom in the ruck contest.
Yeah, hanging on, boys.
Who's now going head
It's
to head
getting a
with
bit
Sam
willing.
Grave. Oh, it's a 50. Oh, good wee. Simon Quinn wouldn't be happy with that, whatever it was for.
Mitchell Pardy offending Demon there.
So Zevenboom will bring to the 50-metre mark for Blackwood, and he's got Big Yarn Warbett down there. Of course, probably Dykesman's lurking as well. So Zevenboom right on the 50. As Rob Sherwood said, there's a bit of a breeze going to that end of the ground. He's gone off a couple of steps. Let's bang. Looks like that breeze might be just favouring that sort of area, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. A few kicks have been floated into that pocket. So it'll be a free kick for Echunga here out in the full job.
So Demon's next to the cross, the lead of Giadresco already prominent. This way, that way. Gets some yardage now, puts the ball forward. Place was in the box. Brobble to Sierra for the Woods goes to ground. Trying to get the ball out the back door, but held in there. And umpire Glenn Godfrey will come in and ball it up, of course, being assisted by Mitch Taylor, as Goldie said, son of the umpire's coach. Ball at the back door, tamed by Giadresco, sweeps a handball
Shoemaker.
up to a teammate Shoemaker, go back to Giadresco, runs into a whole heap of trouble on that outer wing. And you expect as umpire Godfrey will come in and ball it up. So 23 minutes just ticked over. A ring-a-ding game here. Echunga 2-2 leading Blackwood 2-1.
Yeah, we'll get the Rob shortly as we head towards quarter time, just for any stats. Here's Tuck, last year's male medalist, has
well
a bounce
done.
from 50. Let's go with a goal.
Oh.
You betcha.
Oh.
Sensational stuff, Matt Tuck, from the stoppage as we head towards quarter time, and that's medal winning stuff there, Rob.
Yeah, it would have been a good 50-metre kick, boys, just outside the arc, what you would think. And, yeah, just read it beautifully and running into the goal. And it was a fantastic kick by the young fella. So, interestingly, boys, that's their 12th inside 50 for the quarter, and 8 to Echunga at this point.
And good shepherd in the goal square also by Big Yarn Warbett, a big frame for the defence to get around. So, as you said, sensational goal there by Tuck at 23 and a half minutes to put him in front. 3-1 plays 2-2 back in the centre. Big Grave versus Zevenboom. Zevenboom, the lead, they both missed the ball completely. Edwards toe pokes it forward for the Demons. Teammate there, Bates tries to get it intercepted there by Blackwood through the agency of Tate and puts it forward towards Phil Upton. Got a push out there, play onto the umpire. Lurking there is Venning, been impressed with him in the opening minute. Put it across here, and a good mark taken there. I think
Lovely vision there. Just superb vision, Rob.
Yeah, they're getting on top in the middle, boys. So, yeah, just creating
the player
opportunities.
Goes to Dykesman. That's always a good thing to do. And a beautiful spearing pass. The great chest mark. Neil go back. Almost on quarter time here for an opportunity. Oh, he's going to bang straight on, play on. What's he think of this? Oh, he
Kicked
loves
it.
Well,
Didn't even need to go back and have a set shot there, Rob. Great goal. Dykesman.
Real awareness, no one in the goal square, so he just went back and quickly just slotted it through, boys. So, yeah, they're just creating opportunities through the midfield, and it's just opening it up for the Blackwood forwards. So, and I think that they just look to be a little bit too quick at the moment.
So Blackwood forward coach just along from us, Matt Thomas, of course the past male medalist, and of course Sturt North Adelaide Nord football. He's got the job at the forwards today. Be pretty happy with that as they've kicked 2 goals in within 90 seconds. So spring to a 4-1 to 2-2 lead. Back in the centre, Grave the leaper. One down by Warbett though. First to get there is Young for the Demons.
Harry
puts
Young.
it forward on the leader's par. 1 grab, 2 grabs, and takes a pretty good contested mark half full flank area.
Yep, he kicks the ball inside forward 50. Oh, good chop out mark there by Nathan Dunn. He came from behind, weaved in front, took a nice chest mark. So doing it at both ends at the moment, the Woods. They've certainly settled. And this man's doing it at both ends as well. Matty Tuck kicked the goal. And now he's down in the half back area. Switches play into the back pocket area. Good work there. Hopton kicks it towards centre wing. Oh, he's looking for a teammate there. Good coming in was, I think Bennett's involved.
Trouble here for Peaky, landed heavily on that shoulder, Goldie, for the Demons, and the fact he's going off. Yeah, hopefully he's all right.
Heard it pop, boys.
You had a pop?
Oh, that hurt.
So ball comes in there, great gather by Evan Johnson. But his kick is, well, he's from Sale, and it's sailed over the line out on the full.
No need for a last touch there. That's out in the full. So free kick here for Echunga as we head towards the 27-minute mark. It's the Woods who have settled 4-1, Echunga 2-2. Kick towards the centre wing area. Pack form, Bulls hits the deck. Handball over the top. Is that last touch? No, it's not because it was a scrimmage. No clear disposal there. So boundary throw-in. The young academy boy will throw it in. Boundary umpires today, Charlie Eldridge and Oscar Whitehouse, with Rob Wild and Peter O'Shaughnessy as your goal umpires. So Matty Tuck getting plenty of it early, Pistols, as he finds Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson, quick kick up forward line. Then bring out that eye.
Oh, great grab.
Mark there. It was
Dykesman,
who's been a live wire, the skipper. Already with 2 on the board.
Oh, he's just a bit too easy again.
Johnson, who's run on, who kicked it to him. I think this shot is going to just fade across the face for a minor score. But Blackwood, very impressive at the moment. As Rob Shields said, their pace in the forward 50, very good. They go to 4-2 to 2-2 here. Called the Wild. Trust you enjoying our live stream worldwide.
And on Lofty 88.9 radio with altitude, Rogers involved, held up, half back line. Just good instinctual stuff from the Woods. And there we go, quarter time. So Blackwood 4-2, leading Echunga 2-2. So 2-goal ball game as we go to the break and get some stats from Rob Shearwood very, very shortly. Good game of football. Great conditions. Of course, Echunga started well, Rob, with goals to Adam Edwards and Shoemaker. And then Blackwood hit back with 4 goals in a row.
Yeah, it's a great quarter, boys. Blackwood started slowly, but they've had 15 inside 50s to Echunga's 9. The force, although in the ruck, Echunga have 4 centre clearances and Blackwood 2, and free kicks Echunga 4 and Blackwood 8, and I think that's because Echunga's Blackwood's just started to through their pace get on top and play in front. So yeah, I think they're starting to get the ascendancy, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Echunga goes with the breeze, and it is fluky. So we'll just have to see. I think Blackwood are going to just base their game around the switching. They're switching the ball, they're running it, they're too quick, so it'll be interesting to see if they can maintain it. So at the moment, we've got...
So both sides heading into the huddle here for their first break in play. And Simon couldn't be relatively happy. They started off pretty well. Goldie in the first 6 minutes had 2 goals on the board. Echunga raced away, but then Blackwood getting a run on them between the 7-minute mark and the 24-minute wheel to siren. He managed to add 4 goals. So, yeah, as we said, entertaining game there. 2-2 plays 4-2. And as we said, trust you enjoying the live stream this afternoon and the coverage on Lofty 88.9 FM, because coming to us through Chris Shaw, good support, Chris Shaw Accounting, and also Solar Wholesalers for their support here this afternoon. And Dallas, the cameraman, he's just come down probably to get back to ground level. Yeah, so Goldie, getting people on online?
Yep, of course, on the Echunga Facebook page at the moment. We're on the Blackwood Facebook page, Call of the Wild YouTube and Call of the Wild Facebook as well. So quarter time, two goals to margin, and good game of football so far. Lovely conditions.
So we're just getting a few scores coming in, which I'll relate to in a minute around the grounds. Because split round once again in the country division today, but some pretty important games going around in the rest of Division 1. Of course, very important result, this one, for particularly for Blackwood, and also Echunga having a bit of momentum, but Blackwood looking to break a 2-game losing streak, Goldie.
Rob Shearwood just coming back to us now.
So as we go around the grounds, quarter time, you raid the 3-4 lead Mount Lofty 1-1. Harndorf 5-11 lead the Raiders 1 straight goal. And in country division, Kangarilla, I can't believe this, Kangarilla 4-goal 11 lead Torrens Valley 2-goal 1. So obviously a bit off with the radar out there at Mount Torrens Oval at the moment. So Urata 3-4, Mount Lofty 1-1, Harndale 5-11, Bridgewater Cullington Raiders 1 goal, and the big game down there at Cullington, Goldie. And Kangarilla 4-11 lead Torrens Valley 2-1 down in the country division. And a big hello to one of our regulars tuning in, because past Heathfield Aldgate United and Mount Lofty player, Big Bluey Simons down there in Tasmania, boys. We made the comment it might be a little bit chilly there. It's something like, come down here, boys, and see how you like it down there in Tassie.
Yeah.
So good to have her on board this afternoon, Big Bluey Simons. So, as we said, quarter time here at Solar Wholesalers Oval in Echunga. Blackwood at 4-2, leading Echunga 2-2. The goal kickers for Blackwood, Johnson, Dykesman with 2 and Tuck. And for Echunga, Adam Edwards. Carroll will be happy with that, of course, over Port Lincoln. And Shoemaker. So, all in readiness here for the start of the second term. Umpire Taylor with the ball in the centre.
It's a mullet, boys.
It
Just
is a
heading
mullet.
past.
Just one of the Zevenboom boys there. So, all in readiness in the centre. The start is the second term. Umpire Mitch Taylor holds the ball off. We're away. So, Warbett versus Graves. Graves the leaper. Warbett got the ball down. Quickly wrapped up there. And going nowhere in the centre circle was Graves. So, once again, the ball up. Warbett in front. Flicked the ball down. Ball comes out here. Thread out there trying to burrow his way through was Place. Liam Place in the end alleged to be holding the ball, said the umpire. Free kick taken by Benson. Waste no time. Gets it out wide here to Hillard. Very impressed with him. The past Woodfield West Torrens under-18 premiership player. Ball comes down, tap forward, intercepted there to Edwards. Gets it back to a teammate and Graves drives it forward. Race is on here. Blackwood the first to get the ball through the agency. It looked like it was Ball Desira. Just takes the ball over the boundary line on the outer wing area here at Echunga Oval. So we'll have a ball in. So inside the first minute, second term, Graves gets the ball down. Stolen here by Bates at the Cam variety. Got it to Gio Dresco. Hard high kick there. Ball off heads. Oh, good work for Blackwood. Stolen there by Rivermore. Gives it to the run of a teammate. This way, that way. Finally gets the handball out. That was Oscar Hodge. Ball comes back here and taken by Baldessira. Baldessira goes wide. He's got a run of a teammate out here. Honours that lead and finds him. Blackwood looking to play the ball on. Comes out here to Hilliard. Loose handball, but Vandenberg overruns it, goes back, holds the ball in underneath him. And umpire Godfrey will come in and ball it up. So 2 minutes expired in the second half. No addition to the scores. Blackwood 4-2 lead Echunga 2-2.
So stoppage situation. Yarn Warbett won it down. And another scrimmage area. Any breeze there, Rob?
No, it's dropped right off, boys. But like I said, it's fluky and Echunga kicking with the aid.
So ball up. Warbett front position. Brings it down the ground level. Goes and gets his own crumbs. Matty Tuck racked up the touches. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Good defensive work there by Munn in the middle of the ground. Still going at it. Lovely work there by Munn. Couple of efforts and holds it up. Cricket pitch area. So 3 minutes gone. Second quarter. Blackwood 4-2. Echunga 2-2.
So umpire Taylor fixed up in front pitch. Warbett gave it the tuck. Dispossessed, goes back and gets the ball. Then coughs it up. Taken by Young.
High tackle.
Harry Young, because Foss Camden boy. Joining the club this year. So Young surveying what's on offer. Gets the ball out wide to a teammate, but beats him over the line. That was actually on the lead.
Last touch, boys, or?
Kakuro. So last touch rule being applied. Nathan Dunn to take the free kick for Blackwood right in front of the members' pavilion. He goes backward. Oh, maybe the sun in the eyes of a teammate there, which was Hodge. Recovered and gets the ball up the line and finds Matty Tuck, who's starting to have an influence on this game, Goldie.
Yeah, one of the leading players on the ground. Short pass. Is that a 50? It is.
What was...
Oh, it's another.
And again.
Oh.
I tell you what,
That could be a third. Or...
Kakuro there, maybe much disappointed with him, Simon Quinn. They've going, 100 metres out
Yeah.
that little bit of...
The umpire's doing some real back shuffling here. And they'll go right to probably the end
how
of the
far
goal
is that?
square.
100.
And this will be...
So a ball you got on the half-back flank, now you're lining up for a shot at goal. Sammy Venning.
So Venning directly in front for 5 goals in a row for the Woods.
So Sammy Venning, of course, joining the club this year. SNFL experience. I think he played in the River Murray, but Brighton. SNFL experience at Glenelg South and the Crows. Hasn't been a renowned goal kicker so far this year, Goldie, but he's made a good fist of that one. So 4 minutes in, Venningen's got the vital first goal of the second term and just stretches that lead. Blackwood 5-2, Echunga a 2-2. So 3-goal margin here, Ben.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, that's
just-
undisciplined stuff there, Rob. And,
Yeah, just-
5 goals in a row now for the Woods.
Yep, undisciplined, 100 metres, and yeah, like Pistol said, half back to the goal square, and yeah, you just can't afford to do stuff like that.
So no doubt, Coach Simon Quinn wouldn't be happy with that. So back in the centre, Grave versus Warbert. Leaper, Grave, but Warbert at ground level got it for the Woods. Ball locked that back in there. Finally, handball come out from Graves. Swooping on is Vandenberg. Been impressed with him, the left footer. Sends it forward to the lead up here. The teammate got his hands, so good defensive work there. Was applied by Munn. Ball comes out here. Finally taken by Munn, who's run on. Nurses it up the line, looking for a teammate off hands there right in front of the members' pavilion here at Echunga. And no doubt if they get that puffer heater going later in the afternoon, Rob, when the temperature drops a bit, it'll be pretty well populated, I
I
suggest.
might go and join them.
Tell you what, it's not the warmest here at the moment, even though the sun's out. So a throw in. Warbert, one-hander, gets it down.
Well done.
Take by Tuck. Tried to get the handball. Oh, good attack on the ball there by Parr. Ball locked in there. But Matty Tuck, the reigning male medalist, as we said, starting to have a real influence. Already kicked the goal and is getting some pretty creative touches around the clearances. So Warbert, one hands it down, taken by Johnson. High kick away towards the centre of the ground. Bit of arm wrestling there. Ball spills free. Back forward there. Intercepted there for the Demons. Comes back to Gia Dresco. Has a bit of a fumble. Gets it back to Munn. Sells a bit of candy. Then Virtue kicks it the wrong way. Bouncing ball. Good to see Rupert Peake back on the ground for the Demons after that shoulder injury early. Puts the ball down the line. Bates, unopposed, takes the mark in the form of Cammy Bates. Backs his arm as he runs around Tuck. Runs around another. Got to a teammate there in place. He got it down to Parr. Parr then kicks the ball inside 50. Target there. Pack form. Ball stolen there for the Demons. Big Warbert gets involved. Parr backs up there. Tackled. Taken the ground. A good tackle applied by Bennett's for Blackwood. So just inside the forward 50-metre arc. A free kick has been paid, I think, for too high on Mitchell Parr. Joining the club this year from Sacred Heart. Drives the ball forward.
Pushing it back.
And pushing it back, being paid by umpire Godfrey. And looks like Nathan Ellis will be the recipient. Of course, missed last year through an injury, boys, and actually worked for Dartfish, filming games. So
Yeah, look at a bit of info here on Pistols.
he's got it all covered. Apparently a bit of a closet master chef, Goldie. Bit of a whiz, known for his carbonara. Let's see if he's known for his goal kicking.
After that build-up, let's
Kick
see if he
for-
can kick a goal.
4 goals already for the season.
Number
Oh, you
5.
give him that's important that he delivers after that sort of build-up, Rob. Talking about his cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, straight through the middle too.
All right, so that was an important reply. Just ends 5 goals in a row there for the Woods. So Echunga go to 3-2, 20, and Blackwood 5-2, 32. Back in the middle. So 12-point ball game. Second quarter action here from Echunga. 8 minutes gone. So 2-goal game. Good game of football. Woods kicking 5 on the trot. Echunga have settled now. Just needed that one, you feel, just so they can go again. So Zam Grave in ruck against Jan Warbert. 2 ruckmen will go out. Grave nicely paddled down there. Pistols and Rob to Adam Edwards. Straight out of the guts. On the left boot. Chop out mark. Is that done?
Yeah, I think it's done.
He's done that a few times today. So done. In the defensive half for the Woods. Looking for options. Sunny conditions. Chilly. I'll get the forecast shortly. So done.
And it's Baldacera.
Finds Zach Baldacera. One of the good players over the last few years. Little short pass. Pop-up pass.
Hillard.
Finds Hillard, who set up a goal in the first quarter. He goes towards centre-half back. A dangerous teammate going at full pelt there to try and take a chest mark. Mopping up nicely there was Hodge. Kick out towards the boundary line. Just around from Echunga's interchange bench.
Thanks, Lucky Bennett there.
And it'll be a boundary throw-in.
Tell you, that's a dangerous cross
Tell you what.
Cross play there from Hillard, and lucky not to concede a goal there, although Chunga's still in a mix here as they're just outside their forward 50. The Demons, Woods could have probably cleared that ball a lot better. So, Academy boy pitches it in. Grave, over the top was Warbert, got it down. Pass, clean bowled. Clearing kick forward, coming to meet it was Bennett, goes to ground. There's a chance, following up as Bates. Gave it off here to a teammate there who's tried to reverse angle.
Touched.
Missed.
Might have been Hamish Filkey, perhaps, at 19.
Yep.
Through for a minor score. So, good game of footy here, boys, at the moment. 3-3, plays 5-2.
Woods with the kick in from Baldacera's at Pistols. Baldacera with the ball. Goes with a short pass. Finds Benson. Back pocket area for the Woods. So 5 goals 2 to 3 goals 3. Blackwood leading. 5 of the last 6 goals to them. Defensive spoil from Echunga. Keep it towards the half forward line. Good wrap-up tackle there by Phil Hopton, who's got a good engine, Pistols. He works up and down that ground. And, of course, with no Joel Lace, he's got an important role to play along with the other forwards.
Absolutely. Ruckjewel Graves was the leaper. Zevan Boom involved. Also, here's a chance for young Fairman. He goes to ground.
Oh, holding the ball.
Holding the ball against the young fella. Young Jackson, taken by Nedzi Edward. Got under the runner, Giadresco. Nurses it forward. Big leap out there. Ball comes to ground. Stolen by Kuroko. Comes back out here to Blackwood. Worked here to Tuck. Finds a bit of space with pace. His intended target was Matty T, but the ball beats him out over the boundary line right in front of the interchange area. So, as we said, good game of football here in round 8. Important for both sides in the Indigenous round. Throw in front. Zevenborn got it down to Benson. Quick hands here to Giadresco. Intercepts. He loses possession of the ball. Going to ground level. Benson back in there as you'd expect it. Ground level, and umpire Mitch Taylor will come in and ball it up. So coming out to 11 minutes expired, as we said, Blackwood 5-2 leading Echunga 3-3 here on the call to Wild from Echunga Oval.
Free kick there, diving in on it. Umpire's given away a free kick to Cam Bates. So for Echunga, just near Blackwood's interchange bench against Benson, 12 minutes gone. And it's
shocker.
Shocker.
I tell you what,
It's got to Barry
I tell you
Crocker.
what, he did work experience as a hairdresser, Cam Bates, but that certainly wasn't a stylish disposal there.
Beautiful stuff.
Boom, boom.
5-2 Blackwood, Echunga 3-3. 12 minutes gone. He's been waiting for that one. He's come out early. Beautifully done. Kicks it towards us in the broadcasting van. Phil Hopton's the target. Nice chop out mark there by Jake Gerke. Pistols, the captain for Echunga, right in front of us here. Oh, geez, he ran straight towards Phil Hopton. Lucky to work that ball up the wing. Just around from the interchange bench area. Trying to track it there was Fairman. And fierce tackle there. Dumped to the ground. Good tackling work there by Joshua Tainton. And it'll be a stoppage situation just in front of both interchange benches. 12 minutes gone. Echunga 3-3, Blackwood 5-2. Clearing kick from the stoppage situation. Rupert Peake inside 50. Echunga just starting to get some inside 50 work here. Putting the Woods' defence under pressure. Here's a chance. Clearing kick out from Ellis, I think it was. Popping up in space. Kick round the corner. Liam Place. He's a classy footballer, Rob, and that was a lovely work there. And the Demons have settled over the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's 7 inside 50s to 2 this quarter, Goldie. So, yeah, they're getting on top. Blackwood haven't had the ball inside their forward 50 for about 5 minutes. So, all the plays down the Echunga end of the ground.
Good work there by Ellis to get involved. Got that ball out, and of course in the right spot was Place.
Yeah.
And finished off, curled it back nicely, boys. So Liam Place, been pretty impressed every time we've seen him here on the Quarter Wild, and he certainly didn't let us down there. So contest closing up a little bit now. The Southern Demons 4-3, trailing 5 points. Blackwood a 5-2, and we've played 13 minutes second term. Leap in the centre of the ground. Ball comes out. Here's Place again. Flicks out the handball. Intercepted by Blackwood through the agency. Johnson got to Vandenberg. Shrugs it back. Gets it back to Daniel Benson. Gets the ball inside 50. Lumbering out. Getting his hands to it. Is Hopton. Well cut off there. Good work there by Simon Munn. And he sees the ball over the boundary line. As Blackwood working towards the Royal Echunga Golf Course end in the second term. So the Academy boy will pitch the ball back in. So throw in. Warbert against Rogers. Ball spills free. Clearing kick away there for the Demons. High towards the outer wing. Oh, good grab over the back was Ellis. The master chef. No, not
he
paid
tried-
by the
No,
umpire.
played on, I think,
I
boys.
think he tried to play on there, maybe, did
Yep.
he? In the meantime, Levenboom, I think it was involved there. Crashing in was Harry Young. Ball flicks out. They're on here, Echunga through
Rogers.
the middle of the ground through Rogers. He kicks it towards centre half forward. Who's the target? Is that
Karuko.
Kakuro? And held up there, centre half forward here for Echunga. As Rob said, they're just starting to press here, get some repeat forward entry. They've kicked the last 2 goals of the match after Blackwood kicked 5 on the trot. So, Blackwood 5-2, Echunga 4-3. 5 points the margin now at the 15-minute mark of the second term. Off hands, kick towards the forward line there by Liam Place. Kicked the last goal of the match. Under the pressure here at the Woods. Into the pocket area. Shot at goal. Oh, beautifully worked, tight on the boundary line. And that's a goal.
Sensational goal.
That is brilliant. Number 19, was it Pistols?
Yep.
Absolutely. As we said with the Indigenous change of jumpers.
Well, we'll get that player for you because that was absolutely sensational. Tight on the boundary line, worked it in nicely. Was it young Bates? Might have been Lockie Bates. I reckon it looks like
I
Lockie
think
Bates.
you're right, Goldie. And it's kicking into the breeze too, into the back into it, even though it's going down
I
there.
reckon it's Lockie Bates. He's got a leg tattoo.
Yep.
Yes, he has indeed.
Spotted
Great
him by the
goal.
leg tat. So Lockie Bates puts Echunga back in front, Rob.
And it's 9 inside 50s to 3 this quarter.
If it's not Lockie Bates, we'll just give it to Ian Bates. He'd be pretty happy with
Great
that. So
goal.
back in the centre.
Houdini.
Dees with the nose in front, 5-3 to 5-2. Ring-a-ding-ding game here. It's Vandenberg puts the ball forward. Diving on the ball there for Blackwood is Venning. Managed to get a quick kick away up forward. Balling tacks there. Ball comes down. Lumbering out as the defence for Echunga under a lot of pressure. He gets the ball out here. Venning backs up. Dispossessed there. And a tackle.
Shoemaker, tackle.
Shoemaker, big tackle. And good work streaming out of fullback there was Luca Jackaway as a runaway train.
Yeah, Echunga, last 10 minutes or so, got the upper hand. As I said, Blackwood kicked 5 goals on the trot after the first 2 were kicked by Echunga. Last 3 goals to Echunga, though. Handball over the top in the middle of the Arda sides. That whole throw. No, here we go. Liam Place involved. Kick forward by them, by Rupert Peake. Deep inside 50. Good chop out there by Dunn. Out towards the boundary line. Oh, interception here for Echunga. What can they do? Kick towards goal. Oh, a little spot up park in the pocket. Here's Lockie Bates. We'll give it to him anyway.
Great handball.
Gives the handball off. And there's another goal.
There's Peake.
Well,
Rupert
number
Peake.
19, who we're saying is Lockie Bates, has been involved in the last 2 goals there, and that's a nice goal.
That was Rupert Peake following up. He said, great work by Lockie Bates from Sherwood.
Yeah, it's just persistence. That was just pure persistence, pushing the ball forward and the pressure on the ball up on the wing to win it like that. Yeah, great play, great team play.
So to D, 6-3. Blackwood camped on 5-2. So the D's just taking the ascendancy in this second term.
Last 4 goals to them,
Yep.
if I remember correctly, according to your stats there.
And now they're looking a bit quicker too, Goldie. They're looking the quick side.
So Grave back into the ruck. High leaper against Zevon. Boom, ball comes down. Here's Place again. He's been instrumental. Got the handball to Young. Nurses it forward to the leader, Caruso. In front is Dunn. Goes to ground under a tackle. And held under him. The umpire, Godfrey, said no prior, so he'll come in. But, yeah, Echunga. Looking very dangerous at this
A
stage.
lovely day for golf at Royal Echunga, just behind us. 12 degrees at the moment. Sunny conditions here from Echunga.
Comes out into tuck.
He's been
Finds
good, boys.
space on the left, nurses up the interchange wing area, lumbering across, getting his hands to it, was Alex Scott. In the meantime, it was a good, strong mark paid in front of him, though. Paid to Echunga. Looks like there's Liam Places everywhere at the moment. Sends it back inside 50. Got his hand towards River Moore. Ball deflects to ground level. Bowled over there. Here's a chance.
Oh,
for
flick
Echunga.
out the back.
Ellis
Number
gets
ni-
to the boats.
Oh, number 19!
Yes. Oh.
Number 19 is lighting it up, and we're saying it's Lockie Bates.
That is fair. And Ellis once again involved.
Wow.
Echunga.
They have flicked the switch here, Rob. They've kicked 5 goals in a row.
Yeah, and they've kicked it in about last 6-7 minutes,
Find
boys.
out, Pistols. How many goals have they kicked in the last period of time?
Well, from the 12-minute mark, they've added 4. So
Yep.
what's at the space of, what are we now? So 6 minutes, 4 goals.
Yep.
Certainly Echunga on the surge here. Black would need to respond. They goaled at the 4-minute mark of this term, but since then, as the boys said, it's been all down the Demons end of the ground at the primary school end. So here's a chance. What can the Blackwood do? So Warburton camped under the ball. The leaper is Grave, got it down. Bouncing ball. First to get there's Vandenberg, overruns it. Hacked in back in under the pack there. Can it come back? Here's Vandenberg again, like his work on the left foot, gets it forward. Needs a mark here. Matty T got rid of his opponent, trapped it nicely.
Oh, he could have gone a
Shots
handball.
off an opponent. Yes, called by Goldie. Finally gets a high kick on the right out here towards Evanberg. Got his hands to it. Ball spilt there. Chunk of defence working well. Comes out the back door. Cleared away by Kirky. I think a bouncing ball out here. Gavitt held in there. Benson comes in. Ball held in there. Finally stealing it was Johnson. He goes nowhere after a tackle applied to him and finally locked it underneath. So desperate times now here for Blackwood as we're 19 minutes gone. They'd certainly like another goal before half time.
Yes, 7-3 Echunga, Blackwood 5-2. So 13 points the margin. Stoppage situation, half forward line, favouring the Woods, who are kicking towards the golf club end of the ground. Matty Tuck, he's been shut out, I suppose, over the last 10.
Yeah, he started off that first quarter.
He's been shut out
starts here. Yeah, they've certainly tagged him pretty effectively.
Half forward line for Blackwood. Last 5 goals for Echunga in the match after Blackwood kicked 5 goals on the road. Here's the Demons once again going forward. Over the top, a couple of players there. Blackwood under pressure here. Trying to pick it up there was Hillard. And that's holding the ball. Everything going Echunga's way at the moment here as Oscar Hodge was deemed to be holding the ball. So Liston for Echunga. Kicks the ball inside 50 once again. Over the top there, almost a mark to the Demons. Offhand, Edwards involved, I think it was. And it's a throw. In fact, I think it was Henry Reuter.
Just go
free kick against him.
More quarter time scores. You're the 3-4 Mount Lofty 1-1, Handel 5-11, Raiders 1 goal, and in Division 2 Kangarilla 4-11, Torrens Valley 2-1, Meadows 4-4, leading Gummaraka 1-2 down the road at Meadows Oval. So meanwhile back here to Echunga over the action with Blackwood as they nurse the ball to Tuck. Starting to pick up a few more touches, as Goldie said, being well held in the middle part at this quarter as Echunga have made their surge. So Tuck, what's on offer, who goes wide on the outer wing. Up there to target is Dykesman, who also has dropped out. Big Warbett lumbers out, grabs the ball and taken too high. That's a unusual free kick to be paid to the big man. Must have been stooping over. So big Yarn Warbett shading his eyes from the sun. High ball inside 50. Oh, I saw Echunga back there, virtually taking an uncontested mark, was Liam Tansel.
Yep, all going Echunga. Oh, this could be chopped out here. Dangerous area. Munn involved, is it? Sean Munn. One step, kick out towards the interchange bench for the Woods. And a good mark there for the Demons by Josh Rogers. So Rogers just near Blackwood's interchange bench. It's been all them for the last 10 minutes. Kicked 5 goals on the trot. Backing back, good mark there by Zevenboom, I think it is.
No, Bennett's.
Bennett's towards centre-half back and finds Hillard.
Hillard out wide. Got a target out here in Alex Scott. Recruit this year. Sells a bit of candies, gets round, gets a handball to River Moore, who's run on. He's in Flow the River. Nurses up the line. Here's Zevenborg. Got his hands to it.
Oh.
1 grab, 2 grab. No. Good defensive work. Gets out the back door to Harry Young for the Demons. Oh, he's at a touch of the fumbles. Finally gets a flicks a handball and finally ends up in the big Jackaway's hand. He gets a kick away out of the wing. Bouncing ball. Big lumbering Warbett gives it to Hillard. Hillard in turn sells some candy. Gets it back here to a teammate in Bennett's. Goes across and finds out wide a teammate out there. Could be actually Oscar Hodge, I think.
Yep, finds Matt Tuck. So Tuck, who started full bore. Oh, gee whiz, this could be chopped out here. Good to spoil there by Rupert Peake. Bring it to ground level. Went and got it himself. Is that holding the ball? Umpire says let it go. Push out, free kick going Blackwood's way there. So the Woods let off there after the Echunga. Looks like a player might be... I thought he'd gotten a limp off the ground there for Woods, but no, he's not. So free kick here for the Woods, half-back line.
So Hodge with the ball, who nurses out to Vandenberg. Takes a good strong mark as arriving late was Gerke, the skipper of the Demons. So Vandenberg, like the look of him, new recruit this year. Tried out at Westies, as Joe always said. Puts it out, and it's a good, strong double grab mark.
Off he goes.
Vanning race.
Oh, hang on.
He runs down as a Echunga in trouble here with a player. Just keep your eyes out. Bouncing ball, knocked forward by Parr. Comes back in here. Hindenburg over the top of it. And then tell you, Young in a bit of trouble here, boys, in front of us
I
for
think
Echunga.
he's in more than just a bit of trouble.
Hopefully he's all right. We know you're very good with your diagnosis, so get you to look at that as there's a throw up. One down here, threading his way through his tuck. Sling tackle paid there on Matty Tuck. That's going to be a card. A yellow card is
really?
being issued here by to place, I think it is.
Yeah, well,
With a
Mick
tackle
Taylor.
on Tuck. If you
Let's
just
have a look
watch
at
that
it.
on the monitor.
Yeah, they were going to be, well, Mick Taylor said they're going to be ruthless on the sling tackle sort of look.
So, yeah, Liam Place set to the sin bin for 10 minutes as we watch, unfortunately, for Young, and he's in a bit of pain, the young man, because joining the club this year from Foss Camden. Because originally from Melbourne, Goldie, and Xavier through the COVID situation last year and stayed, and we certainly hope he's all right.
That's
Meanwhile,
no good.
Tuck with the free kick here for that sling tackle, which has put Liam Place in the sin bin. So they're a man down. So here we go. Tuck is not a proven goal kicker this year. Puts it to the top of the square, and a good chop out there taken in defence. I think it's Grave taking the mark. The young man played in defence all last year, so he's pretty accustomed to taking defensive marks. Puts it out here. Here's Hopton with a chance under the ball. Over the top of him was Nathan Ellis, balling the ball right by the Dreammaker. So the academy boy will pitch the ball in right in front of us. Rob Sherwood.
Thought it was coming at me, boys. I didn't know where I was going to go.
Could have got a stat. So 25 minutes to tip over.
There we go.
As that one's hit the go.
Yep.
That one's
Big
hit the
dent.
side of the Dreammaker. So Echunga 7-3, leading a Blackwood 5-2 as a Dreammaker under fire here, Goldie.
Goodness gracious. Ball just smashed right into my side there. Lucky you got the van to protect me. Jan Warbett.
Oh, well
Benson.
done.
Handballs over the top into a player in space. Oh, over the top into the forward pocket area. Nice work. Keeping it alive there. I think it was Matty T. Snap. Dykesman involved here. High ball. Kick into the pocket area. Pack forms. Phil Hopton, one of them, off hands. Shoemaker for Echunga should clear onto his left boot. Finds a teammate there in Henry Reuter. Kick up the wing area. Finds Tate Giadresco. Takes a nice overhead mark for Echunga, who lead at the 26-minute mark. 7-3 to Blackwood 5-2.
So Giadresco nurses it down the line. Pack sets itself. Oh, that's a good stretching mark taken there. Defence, I think it's Daniel Bennett's. Of course, spent a season over in the York Peninsula a couple of years ago. Nurses the ball forward to Hopton, got his hands to it, and that's a very good contested mark by big Phil Hopkin in opposition to Gurkey, the Demons captain. So Hopton feeds the ball off there to the run of a teammate in Hodge. Nurses it nicely. I got his hands to it, and a fumble in the end there was Alex Scott. Ball goes to ground there. Stacks on the middle, and umpire Godfrey will come and, well, he's paid holding the ball. Obviously, Chunga boy there and Edwards was ruled as pulling the ball in underneath him. So the free kick to go here. I think it's Venning. Nurses the ball up the line. Here's a good lead. And Matty T takes a mark there in the forward pocket for...
Oh, he's keen to move it on quickly.
Moves on the right foot to the top of the goal square. Here's Venning who's run on. I'll tell you what, Matty T.
Well, it might be a
right
set
decision
play.
there, Goldie.
Yeah, Dykes did that in the first quarter, and T's done that there in the second term. So Black would go to 6-2, Echunga 7-3, Rob.
Yeah, that was a great... How casual was that? He just took the mark and he just turned around and ran onto his right boot and, I don't know, 45 metres out on the flank. And, yeah, split the middle. Great goal by the young
Well,
fella.
I suppose... boys going towards the golf course end, T was in his element. He just said, I'll have a shot at this. So,
Pistols.
back in the centre, 6-2, Blackwood, 7-3.
What's he been drinking
So
today?
it's a 7-point ball game back in the centre, heading towards half-time. Grave gets his ball down for Echunga, then follows it up. He was actually scragged off the ball.
And
Was
just a
Adam Edwards.
Just
so
a reminder,
Nancy,
coming up at half-time, I'm going to have a chat to designers of the Echunga Guernsey, so don't go anywhere.
being a bit of a fashion plate yourself, Goldie, I'm
Don't
looking
mind.
forward to that.
Yeah.
So Nadsy Edwards putting it forward, coming out there to chop off Black, but it looks like there was an infringement. No, yes, it's actually going the way of Bennett's, I think, is in defence for Blackwood.
Oh.
As the half-time, get it right? What has he been drinking? Half-time siren goes, so Echunga in a fluctuating term of football there, boys. Blackwood got the first goal to stretch their lead to 18 points, and then Echunga going bang, 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 kicking five in a row.
Got another comment coming in here. Evie Porter says, I like the concept of a sin bin. I wish it was introduced into the AFL. There you go. HFL, of course, got the yellow card and the red card.
Indeed we have. So a good game of footy here at the moment. As I said, fluctuating. So both sides congregating here to discuss the value of that opening half of footy as Echunga 7-3, Blackwood at 6-2. So 7-point ball game. As we said, Blackwood led by 12 points at quarter time, kicked the opening goal on the 4-minute mark, stretched to 18. Then Echunga just really slipping into gear, kicking 5 straight. And that late goal to Matty T at least got something back for the Woods. Now a 7-point ball game here at half time. So looking very much forward here, Goldie, as we just go through the goal kickers. We might get confirmation. Lockie Bates, number 18. 19. Well, sorry, Cam Bates, is it?
Lockie's out there as number 19.
Number 19, Lockie Bates, 19. Thank you very much. Just get verification. So Lockie Bates setting the side alight with 2 goals during that term. And of course, Peake, Place and Ellis. And the first term we had Edwards, Shoemaker. So yet to have, Lockie Bates is the multiple goal kicker for Blackwood. Dykesman with 2, Johnson, Tuck, Venning and Matty T on the half-time siren. So I tell you what, it's getting a little bit chilly here at half-time as we all, that's the entrance. So, so Robbie Sherwood. Some stats that matter on half-time.
Inside 50s, 13 that quarter to Echunga for a total of 22 for the game, and Blackwood had 10 for a total of 25. Centre clearances, 4 to Echunga that quarter, 3 to Blackwood. So that's 8 to Echunga for the game, 5 to Blackwood. And interestingly, free kicks, Blackwood had 9 that quarter for a total of 17 to half-time, and Echunga had 7 and a total of 11. So fairly even across the board, as the scoreboard indicates there, Pistols.
Yeah, absolutely. As we said, been a fluctuating game because Echunga started the scoring off in their first quarter and then had a bit of a lead. Then Blackwood sneezed back. And then once again, as we said, in that term, Blackwood out the blocks quickly and then Echunga coming home nicely. So
yeah, and that's definitely the scoring end down by the primary school Pistols with the breeze.
Yeah. All right, we might hand over to Benny Goldfitch here at half-time for a bit of, Indigenous Day here, and Echunga looking resplendent in their jumpers, so we'll find out all about it. So over to you, Benny Goldfinch.
Yes, we're joined here by the artist, Pistols, of the original art piece of Echunga's Guernsey, Dave Booth, who also did the pre-match presentation. Dave, thanks very much for joining us here on the Call of the Wild on Lofty 88.9 and also online as well.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So just tell us about the Guernsey itself and how it came about, the painting.
Yeah, I'm a local Aboriginal person who lives in the Adelaide Hills and have had a connection to this area of country for a bit over 20 years.
Yep.
And I've been sharing cultural knowledge here in the Adelaide Hills. My connection to country is Warramunga and Yagara, which is in the Northern Territory and in Queensland. But my partner and children tie me to this area through the Paramank bloodline. And I was approached to design for the Indigenous around here at Echunga, and I jumped at the opportunity to be part of of that and the Indigenous around here, which has been great. And the design that I'd come up with was sharing some of the club's values and what they wanted it to represent here at Echunga. So the design is representing obviously in the central part is the circle, meaning showing and representing the oval and the club, and the U shapes representing younger members in the club, and the other U shapes on the outside representing the older members and community members, with the shields and the spears showing strength and protection around this area and the people in the community. With the returning boomerangs representing relentlessness coming back and returning. So it was amazing time for me to be able to share my culture and particularly launch this Guernsey right in the midst of Reconciliation Week, where we have the 2 dates that surround Reconciliation Week, being the 27th of May. Marks the date of the 1967 referendum, and also the 3rd of June being the 1992 Mabo decision. It marks 2 significant dates for Indigenous people in Australia that paved ways for our future, and I think it's great to just launch the Guernsey during Reconciliation Week, and be a part of the Echunga Football Club community here in the Adelaide Hills. So yeah,
And
it's awesome.
So did you speak to quite a few people to get a feel for the design for yourself before the approach to the artwork itself?
Definitely, yes. So it was worked closely with a couple of members here at the club to organise and make this happen. They were all just as excited as I was, as soon as this is my first Guernsey design that I've done. But it's just an absolutely amazing feeling. A great place to be here in the Adelaide Hills. You got these beautiful hills around you, this green, lush, environment. It's a little bit cold today, but hey, it is the hills.
And just other people who have been involved. You were telling me beforehand, before the match, Annette and Catherine Orzalekner and those sorts of people.
Yeah. So Annette was, I suppose, the main person I had been working with to get the design done, but I know there was a lot of behind-the-scenes work done by many of the club members to make this all happen, which I'm so grateful for, because it's given me an opportunity to represent culture here in the hills, and grow in my own self and heal in my own self a little bit by sharing culture. And that's the whole. It's the whole reason I do it is to share, to pass on knowledge, to keep people connected to land, to culture, and it's a passion of mine. It's something that started from a young age and started off with my mother, which isn't here with us anymore, and I think that's what's created a fire inside me to keep culture happening, and to be a part of a club, and a club being wanting me to be a part and share that. It just speaks major words for me as an Indigenous person here in the hills.
On Call of the Wild, we're having a chat to local Aboriginal artist Dave Booth. Just tell us about your background, where you grew up, and
So I suppose I grew up all over the place. Born on Yuggera country over in the East Coast. Lived here in Adelaide. Lived in the Northern Territory, up in Alice Springs. Visited a lot of communities. Connected with family. My mother was actually part of the Stolen Generation, and so it has affected a lot of Indigenous people, the trauma that has been passed down through generations. But my mum was a very strong-willed and Aboriginal woman who, had 6 kids, dragged us around the countryside and surrounded us with culture. So I've been very fortunate, very lucky to have such a strong-willed mother that dragged us around and took us everywhere. And everywhere we went, we were surrounded by culture, music, dance, stories. And I've just been privileged, I think, to have such a beautiful soul in my life. That was, I suppose, taken so early from us. I think that's where my passion is, and why it's all started was because of my mother.
So obviously, artists on all fronts, like with the paintings as well, but a didgeridoo as well. So and dancing. So just
So didgeridoo is a passion of mine. It's always been a passion of mine since I was probably about 5 years old. First started off playing on a vacuum cleaner pipe when I was young. Listening to Yothi Indie on Rage, and it was a passion of mine that grew on me over the years. Everywhere I've gone, it's always been a part of me, didgeridoo, and art's something that's come along as well. Learning in the use of symbols, traditional knowledge, carving of woods, painting. So the design of the Guernsey is something very new to me, because a lot of my upbringing, it was very hands-on, and it was very much traditional way of learning, and that's what my mum had noticed, is how learning style was passed down to younger people through Aboriginal culture, and that big gap that was due to colonisation between that knowledge being passed down. So I think that passion of my mother's has rolled through into her kids, in seeking out and sharing that knowledge in the way that it was done traditionally, because it works wonders. It's worked wonders for me, and I think that if we can share more and educate more with our younger people, it will give us not only Indigenous young kids, but non-Indigenous young kids, to give a better education and understanding of culture, so that we can work together and better things in the future, on both sides. And that's what reconciliation is working together, recognising differences in the past, and trying to move forward together and reconcile differences in the past and make things better.
And you're
for our
talking
future.
about with the young kids, you've been doing workshops. With
Yeah.
and you enjoy that?
Love it.
What sorts of things have you been doing there?
So I run a range of different workshops. I have a Facebook page and Instagram page called
give that a plug.
Dave's Aboriginal Art.
Yep.
Feel free to check it out, like the page, share some posts. I do giveaways every now and then too on my page, but it was workshops that I do offer is mainly around education. So young people focusing in on cultural aspects of life, so music, dance and stories and art, where knowledge was all passed down through music, through stories, through dance, through art. And I'm just sharing the knowledge that I was fortunate enough to learn as a young person. Passing that knowledge on to my kids has been a very big major part of that. And I run a small business here in the Adelaide Hills focusing on education and cultural awareness. And I have all my children who work with me running those workshops. So it's great to be able to share and work with my own children. It gives me a sense of pride, strength, and I just love what I do. It's a passion, like I said. It's something that I live and breathe, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Brilliant. And I understand is it the original piece will be auctioned off tonight at the Echunga Football Club?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So exciting. The original piece will be auctioned off here at the club to help support the club here as well, and the Guernseys and the Indigenous round and what's going on here in the Adelaide Hills. So I was all for it to help jump in, support and be a part of it. Like I said, it's exciting. I'm still buzzing right now.
Yeah. Can tell. Brilliant. Thanks very much, Dave. Very much appreciated. And if people are interested in maybe, obviously the original piece will be sold tonight, but is it possible for others to get copies of the original? Are you doing that at all? Or?
Been in today, just been in the process of talking about things like that. So hopefully soon I should have some of that. If not, there's lots of other prints and designs of work that I sell, original and also prints.
Yep.
So feel free to check out my page, or give us a message on Facebook or Instagram, and there's plenty to look at and see, and just have a yarn if you want to have a yarn about culture. You're more than welcome to flick us a message, and see if I can come out and share some with your community club, organisation, school, wherever it may be. I'm happy to come and share because, like I said, that's what I'm here for, and that's what I want to do, and it's my passion.
And just quickly, the other night at the Wallace, or the local cinema, with, In My Blood It Runs, that was great for you as well to be involved in that.
Awesome film. It was the second time I watched the film, but yes, Duan Hussain, a very bright young man, and I think I can relate to that movie in some ways, with this young man. Being a young Indigenous person myself, I struggled a lot with schooling. Mum homeschooled us kids a lot, and took us out on country. And all I wanted to do was be outside and be a part of culture and learn about culture. So I think, like I said, it's something that's rolled through from my childhood into my adulthood, and I'm still sharing culture just like I was when I was a child, but now into my adulthood and sharing it with my kids, which is just fantastic. So.
Brilliant. All right, Dave, enjoy the rest of the day and the night, and thanks very much for joining us. Perfect weather for it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right.
All the best.
There we go, Dave Booth joining us, and we'll get ready for the second half here from Echunga. Pistols and Rob are going to join us shortly. Lovely conditions here. 13 degrees.
This is the Hills Footy League Match of the Day.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Echunga Oval, Solar Wholesalers Oval in Echunga, for the resumption of the second half. And looking very much forward to this 7-point ball game as umpire Godfrey holds the ball off. We're underway, second half. Grave the leaper, one down by Warbett, follows it up. Smallest man in the ground in par against the biggest man now, I'd suggest. Goldie in Warbett, and the ball held in there, so we'll have another ball up. So great chat at half time about the origins of the Indigenous jumbo there, Benny.
It's great Guernsey. Of course, Blackwood's too, and Robin. Oh, am I on? Oh, not. I just turned myself off there to just have a bit of a breath. Blackwood's Guernsey, Rob, will be ready for them, I think, later in the season, which is an incredible design, which you can check out on the Call of the Wild Facebook page as well.
And we could have grabbed one of each and had a raffle at the end of the day to raise some money, Goldie.
It's a beautiful design. Check it out, Call of the Wild Facebook page. We've popped up Blackwood's design, which they'll unearth in a couple of weeks. Pistols just going around the ground. Meantime, the Woods. Just, Rob, at half time, what was the word around the bar area from some of the people here?
Sorry, mate?
Any word in the outer as we head into the third term here, how people are seeing the game so far?
No, just really good. Just
a good game of football,
a nice tight contest. So, yeah.
All right. Here's Tate Giadresco for Echunga. Wheels around onto the right boot, kicks it towards the centre half back area. Oh, lovely chop out there. I think he was looking for Munn, but in the meantime, it's a good mark there for the Woods. He'll kick the ball forward, deep into the forward pocket. Hopton, I think, was the target. It's gone out of bounds. Don't think it's last touch, though.
Nah, throw in, Goldie. From, throw in.
So boundary throw in. 2 minutes gone in the third term here from Echunga. It's Echunga leading 7-3, Blackwood 6-2. So 7 points the margin, of course. A bit of an injury in that term, the second term to Harry Young, who looked like he might have injured his knee. So that's not the best news. A couple of Blackwood players running past us here. So important period. 5 minutes into, well, this first 5 minutes in this third term. It's only 7 points to the market. We had fluctuating game. 5-goal burst for each team. Pistols and Rob. Blackwood with the 5-goal burst, and then Echunga with the 5-goal burst.
So a couple of half-time scores to bring you up to date for Chris Shaw accounting. Uradla 7-5 lead Mount Lofty 3-6. And in Country Division, Kangaroo 12-15. Torrens Valley 3-1. And just down the road at Meadows 7-4 leading Gumaraka 1-7. So Meadows on the charge, an important game for them here this afternoon. So back here at Echunga Oval, the Academy boy pitches in right in front of the Dreammaker. Gray front place, gets the ball down. Vandenberg cleverly got out the side. Gathered there by Tuck. He scrambled, run down, very well tackled there by Parr. So Parr wins the free kick, of course, first season, former Sacred Heart boy. Pretty tough in and under footballer, as showed already. Comes out, kick intercepted here by Oscar Hodge. He'll go across the ground and find Johnson. Waste no time. Johnson, a high kick out to the wing area. Gathered there by Rivermore. In turn, nurses the ball forward for Hilliard. Here's a chance for the Woods as they go inside 50.
Great play.
And a great pass, I think it's Zevon Boom. Stuck out the big Dukes and took a pretty good mark. So good possession football and transition from Blackwood from the half-back flank area. Now gives Zevon Boom the opportunity to kick the first goal of the second half. They trail 6-2 to 7-3 here on the Call of the Wild at the moment. So Zevon Boom. Shot was offline, through for a minor score. So Chunga bring the ball back in. Finds Munn, in turn gets a handball off to a run of a teammate. Rupert Peake coughed up the ball there. Blackwood taking advantage of that, bring the ball back inside, but chopped off by Chunga once again. Put the ball out wide to take Giadresco. Giadresco wastes no time, nurses the ball forward. Trying to scoop it up there was placed, dispossessed, followed up nicely by Giadresco. One bounce as he runs through centre, lifts the eyes, puts it out wide here to a teammate out wide. I think that might be Edwards. In turn, nurses the ball up the wing area and finds Kakuro. Kakuro goes forward to Giadresco, who's covered a lot of territory from the back pocket to the half-forward flank here, Robbie Sherwood, in this passage of play. So Tate Giadresco has been in pretty strong form. Spent some time overseas, I believe.
Last year, yeah.
Torrens Valley, big leap there. Umpire Godfrey off hands, comes to Parr. Can he get around the opponent? He does. Fires for goal. And great play, and Tate Giadresco just really worked that ball to length for the oval and finished off by Mitchell Parr for his first goal of the afternoon.
And as you see, as you quite often see, Pistols, ball in the Blackwood half for the first 3 or 4 minutes of the quarter, and it's just rushed down the other end, and great goal to Echunga.
So Echunga, first goal of the second half, ball in the centre once again, working hard there at ground level, big warbit over the top. Looks like it's Daniel Benson, typical fashion at the bottom of that pack. So up they go again. Leaper was grave, got it down towards Parr. Dives on the ball as they describe him as a hard nose in and under player. Has certainly shown that here this afternoon. Of course, coming to the club from the Sacred Heart Footy Club. So, ruck duel. Warbit got it down the throat of Tuck. He runs into a heap of trouble, dispossessed. Ball at ground level once again, right in the centre circle still. So once again, we'll have another ball up for umpire Mitch Taylor. Tucks it up. Warbit flicks in the direction of Tuck once again. More successful? No. Goes back for the play. So the last couple of plays has involved Warbit getting the ball down to the run of Tuck, but Echunga have been holding firm and holding up that play. So once again, see what happens this time. Once again, Warbit got it down, out wider this time. Gathered there by Shoemaker, got to, the Don't Andrew from Nancy Edwards. Ball comes up here to Ellis. High kick forward. Sprint there is Bates. Will it sit for him? Close to the line. Oh, well done. Feeds the ball back here to Shoemaker. Round the corner to the corridor. 2-on-1 situation there. Off hands. Ball to series. Dispossessed. Caruco comes back here to Reuter. Clearance attempt there by Hopkins. Jimmy Hopkins is wide. So the resultant free kick will go to Shoemaker, takes the inside 50 to, once again, to Reuter. So Henry Reuter, inside the 50-metre arc, has 11 goals for the season, second on the scoring list at the moment for the Demons. So angled in the shadows here as the shadows start to creep across Solar Wholesalers over here in Echunga. So Reuter, deliberate shot here, probably kick from about 40 to 45 metres. Similar angle, left footer.
Nice
right
kick.
Side for him. I tell you what, it's a magnificent finish there by Henry Reuter at the 8-minute mark of the third term. He's put the second on the board for Echunga. They move on to 9-3 to 6-3, so a 3-goal straight margin here. And great finish there by Reuter.
Yeah, it never looked like missing, did it? We were right behind it. So beautiful strike with his left boot, and fantastic goal.
So a 6-goal second term for Echunga. And now they've kicked the first 2 of the third and just break away here. 9-3 to 6-2. So, handy break in the context of the match. 19 points the margin. Beautiful conditions here from Echunga. We've gone 9 minutes. Because Echunga won last week against Bridgewater Callington. Opened up the season with a win against Nambourne United. So looking for their third win for the season as we head towards the mid-season break. Stoppage situation. Umpire comes in. Half the ground in a bit of shadow here. 12 degrees. Feels like 5 in the middle of the ground. Jan Warbit front position. Coming through there. Samuel Venning involved. And it's held up. So, interesting period. As Pistol said, goal kickers so far in this term. Reuter kicked the last one. Kick inside 50, almost a diving mark there. Benson off hands. Ball comes out. They've done this well. Echunga. Tansel involved. Giadresco gathers the ball. Snap towards the half-back line. A good chest mark there by the skipper. Kick towards the wing. Henry Reuter, is it? Yep. Reuter on his left. He kicks it up the field.
The Master Chef, he's on fire.
Master Chef kicks it inside 50 into the forward pocket. Backing back, good mark.
Bennett's, I think it is.
Bennett's takes the mark.
So Bennett's released a bit of pressure for Blackwood. Nurses up the line. Finds a teammate in the centre. He'll drift across here to Venning. He's starting to have an influence on the game. There's plenty of experience there. Brought to the club this year. Undecided on this occasion. He's got a lead here from Rivermore, who's just come from the interchange. A little sneaky sneak on. So he's got the ball. Nurses up the line here to Tainton. Carpenter by trade. Nurses up the line as he chiselled that one up the line. Found a teammate there going out wide. There was Alex Scott, close to the boundary line. A bit hard to see at the moment, Goldie, the crowd. So
yeah, they're packed here on the grandstand side. Lots of people wearing jackets and thermals. It's very cold conditions. Stoppage situation, off hands. Cam Bates involved. Kicked out towards the outer side there by Jackaway, was it? Running through here, through the middle of the ground. Sean Munn involved, went one way then the other, looking for support, finds it. Rupert Peake, short pass, back to Munn, put the arms up, then got on the left boot for Echunga, kicks towards the half-forward line, and that's a poor kick. It's chopped out there by Oscar Hodge for the Woods, who kicks in the middle of the ground. Echunga players lining up here in the middle of the ground, or one way then the other. Mitchell Parr, was it?
No.
Reuter. Hot football in the middle of the ground. Who will win out? Well, it's the Woods. Hopton, sweeping handball over the top.
Benning.
Venning kicks towards goal.
Got
He's
it.
nailed it. So Samuel Venning kicks a running goal, and that ends a string of goals there for Echunga. So Blackwood go to 7 goals 3, Echunga 9 goals 3, so 2-goal ball game.
Yeah, good work there by Venning. Robbie Sherwood.
Yeah, it was. He just ball tapped out to him into the space, and just nailed it from 35 metres, boys. So they needed that one, and they're back to, what are we, 2 goal.
Yep. As we wait for the scoreboard to change here. So Venning's second goal of the afternoon. He joins Dykesman as multiple goal kickers for the for Blackwood Football Club.
9-3 to 7-3 Pistols.
Yep, 2 straight kicks in it. So back in the centre, Zevenboom against Rogers. Leap there. Zevenboom follows up. The big man got the handball out here to young Fairman. Turns, gets it forward on the run there. Good defensive work. Brings the ball. First to get there will be Driojesco. He's everywhere at the moment. Trying to get a handball back to Place. Place back obviously after his infringement. Ball come off the boot of Tuck there, goes forward. Ryder was involved, following it up there. Good work there was Hodge. Hodge puts it forward for Black, but getting back there is Place. Back on the field, as we said, after 10 minutes in the sin bin. Nurses the ball up the line to a teammate there. Liam Place. Sorry, that was Munn before. Munn and Place, 21 to 22. My apologies. As the ball goes up the wing area, setting themselves. Ball comes off ground, but it's a good strong mark taken by Schumacher. I think gets it across here to Bates. Bates has got a loose man out here.
Forward.
It looks like that's the agency there of Tansel. Tansel in turn just nurses the ball forward. Caruco takes a good strong mark there. So Tristan Caruco.
Kuro, yep.
Of course, first season of the club, joining from background at Woodville West Torrens. Of course, probably incurred the wrath of Coach Quinn during that last quarter, giving away 100-metre penalties.
Well, he kicked 9 goals straight against Onkers before he got injured, I think against Lobethal. So he's 45-degree angle, bang on 50. And that's why he kicked 9 straight.
Ooh, touch on the line. Yes, it was.
Touched right on the
Big
line.
stretch by Zeven. Boom. So just denied there his first goal of the afternoon, Caruco, after kicking 15 for the season so far.
Johnson takes the mark, half-back past us in the Dream Maker. Works it up to Wee. T drops the mark. Coming in there for Echunga was Tansel.
Great tackle.
They're calling for a deliberate, are they? Or holding the ball, sorry. Couldn't quite see it. Got quite a few players right around us here. So,
and 50
as well. Coach Quinn will not be happy. There's about 3 or 4
So
50s.
Matty T is the recipient of it. So, Tansel, is it? He's looking a little bit disgusted with the situation, and Giodresco discussing what happened there. But the main man with the ball, he'd be pretty happy with it because Matty T kicked a goal, a very good goal, angle goal in the pocket at the other end late in the second term. So the chance head towards the primary school end. Matty T, as we said, with 5 for the season. He's pretty happy about this one. Got the single copper gun. Comes back to Bates and lets him know all about it. Come on, boys, we don't want to give away a free kick resulting from that. But anyway, Matty T joins the multiple goal kickers for Blackwood this afternoon at the 14-minute mark. So, back to a
one goal.
7 point. 9-4 plays 8-3 here on the Chris Shaw Accounting scoreboard. So a great duel in the sun here at Echunga Oval.
So back in the middle, Rucks will go at it. As Pistol said, 7 points the margin. Echunga 9-4, Blackwood 8-3. Both sides just starting to even things out here after 5-goal bursts in the first half. Player could have been held onto. Johnson tried to sock it off the ground. Could have been in danger. Giadresco's lurking. Oh, umpire's called. What's he doing here?
He got slung without possession. He ruled.
I thought he was going to get the yellow card out for a sec. Johnson, off he goes. Kicks it towards the forward flank area where the crowd is. So once again, the view's a little bit blocked. Venning takes the mark. Moves it in centre so we can see the ball now. Taken there by Joshua Tainton. Handball over the top. Kick forward by Baldacera right to the goal line. Oh, I thought it was an overhead mark. Off hands. Woods in the dangerous territory. Echunga clear though. Out towards the half-back line. Taken there by Rupert Peake. So Echunga from last line of defence towards the half-forward line, half-back line here by Rupert Peake. Out of side. Half-back. One step. Bang towards centre wing. Big pack forms over the top. Couple of flyers. Blackwood win throughout. Kick it towards the half-forward line. Ball hits the deck, off hands. Matty Tuck has a flying shot at goal and misses.
Let off there, but he is dangerous, Matty Tuck. It's started the game in pretty good fashion. Was restricted a bit in that second term, but still dangerous when he gets hold of the football, that's for sure. So Echunga to bring the ball back in. I think it's Jack away. Defence puts it out towards the members' wing, but Johnson, he's picked him out to the opposition. So Evan Johnson quickly transfers the ball in and finds Daniel Benson. Oh, once a time, his kick is a bit of a mung, so chopped out there was Ryder, got it across to Munn, who in turn nurses the ball out wide and finds Giadresco. He's working hard. Tried to attempt a little chip pass, but intercepting it nicely. I think it might be Oscar Hodge out there for the Blackwood Football Club. Puts it back towards the lead. Oh, up high was Tuck off hands. Good ground work by Hopton. Strong body work there. Finally, the ball spills out here from Dykesman. Here's a chance around the corner by Johnson. Bouncing ball. Big Warbert tries to attack it, to trap it, but showing too much pace there. The Echunga defence up the line. Once again intercepted. Sizes it up and passes it to... Matty T again. Very blasé shot, that one.
There's been 3 of those.
Wow.
Two of them have come off that one.
Holds his head and thinks, what have I done? Yeah. Very blasé in an important stage of the match. 8-4 to 9-4.
Trying to catch the opposition napping with quick shots at goal.
I think he caught himself.
Yeah, he did. Out of bounds on the full job. 1 goal the margin. 9-4 Echunga, Blackwood 8-4. We have gone 19 minutes in the third term. A ring-a-ding contest between two sides. Punch towards the boundary line. Keeping it alive here the Woods, so they kick the ball inside 50.
Great grab.
Oh, lovely mark.
Phil Hopton, is it?
I think
I think so,
Pistols.
Pistols.
Got the trainers standing right in front of us here.
It might be Phil Hopton in those orange boots. Yes, looks like him.
So we'll have a look at the kicking action. Phil Hopton has kicked 5 goals for the season, none today.
I think this will be his first shot on goal this afternoon, Betty.
Hills Interleague representative. I think he was one of the best on against Riverland or River Murray a few years ago, and it's just hung right there. So 5 points the margin.
Bit unlucky there, Rob Sherwood, because in the B grade that would have been a goal.
We don't forget anything, do we? Yeah, no, you're right, Pistols. But he sitting right behind him, he kicked it exactly where he ran towards. So.
Perhaps Lucas Herbert can give him some kicking instructions.
Yep,
the great
Shane Collins. He needs to get his hands on him.
So we're just waiting for the ball to be retrieved. I think
Here it comes. It's back in, boys.
Chilly out there, Rob.
Oh, mate, it is absolutely ice bucket
I
stuff.
tell you what, Robbie Sherwood, you'll think we're at Phillip Island soon. The Penguin Parade will be on. As the ball comes in there wide, bounces over the top of the pack, heads towards the boundary line and out over the boundary line in front of the pack. Members and no doubt gathering around the heater down there.
Have we got a heater down there?
I think they've got the wood fire going,
big
boys.
Wood combustion heaters going. Meanwhile, the ball comes off the pack.
Free kick.
Tackle applied by Giadresco, but it'll be young Fairman, Jackson Fairman, who'll take the relieving free kick. So nothing really on offer for the youngster.
Combs the hair.
Nicky Ingram style. So he'll go long inside 50. Pack sets itself. Hopton was pushed out. He made sure the umpire saw that.
Advantage
was taken away for Blackwood.
had to make the player go back and
And
have
that
a
was
shot.
Alex Scott who actually converted
So
the goal.
Phil Hopton from exactly the same shot as before will be going back. And let's see if he's learnt from this one, Rob.
Yep, wants to go at the left-hand goalpost, boys. I would have paid the advantage. Why?
Yeah, well, Scott
Yep.
finishing off. Yeah, well, higher grades of football they do, but
I don't think the umpire was looking
Mitchy
that way.
Stitchy Taylor
Yeah.
said, no, you come back.
That's right. Hot on the sling tackle.
So we're right behind him, boys. See if he does the same thing. And this is for the lead.
Talk us through it, Rob. You're right behind him there at ground level.
So he's running in. He's probably 35, 40 metres out. Nice, solid.
He learnt from the last kick.
Yep, he learnt.
Beautiful.
He dropped, nice ball drop and kicked straight through it. So
Hang on, what's going on here?
Bit of biff.
Bit of push and shove up that's gone down.
Is they going to get another kick, are they?
Yeah, a bit of push and shove here.
Yep, another free kick, Goldie.
I'm gonna have to-
Vandenberg
Oh,
got-
yeah, 22 came in.
Yep.
Liam Place has already infringed the umpire today with a yellow card.
So he gets another goal.
Very undisciplined play. So free kick
Hopton again. Yep.
has indeed got another. So back-to-back goals
So
without the ball going back to centre.
technical question, boys. Is that another inside 50? Hey?
Well,
Put it down, Gabe.
I don't know.
Inside 50. And another goal.
so back-to-back goals, 2 kicks, 2 straight kicks, 2 goals. So
Okay, I'm going to have to really update the scores quickly
So
here.
I tell you what, Simon Quinn, he would be absolutely ropeable about that.
I mean, I think that's the third undisciplined goal they've given away today, boys.
So Blackwood, their 4th goal for the term, back-to-back goals in the one instant.
And
He's
I,
having a chat to his brother down there, Tom Quinn, and he's just scratching his forehead.
Yep.
Simon Quinn, he just
yep.
Very passionate coach and
maybe at
loves his
three-quarter
footy.
time have a bit of a listen.
And 10-5 now, boys, to
10-5,
9-4.
yep, 10-5. So 4 goal to 2-quarter.
So 22 minutes have ticked over. As we wait for the scoreboard to change here. So it's
10-5 to 9-4,
Yep,
65
10-5
to
to
58
9-4.
according. Back in the middle, what can Echunga do? They had the answers in the second term. 4 goals, so 2 goals in less than a second. Probably.
Yeah, well, that's
Phil
right.
Hopton gets them in front now by
7 points.
7 points.
That's the margin that Chunga led by at the start of the quarter.
Warbert on hands and knees, he's getting tackled. So, half the ground in shade. It's about 11 degrees, apparently. It's cold. Sun's out. Here we go. Ball up as we head towards the 23-minute mark. So Blackwood have got a little break here. And once again held up. Just happy to hold it up for a while.
I tell you what, as a coach, you'd be really disappointed because you've worked your butt off to get the sentence in and to give consecutive goals without the ball going back to centre. Just through just poor
Here we go.
discipline. Here's a
Place
chance.
involved.
Place for Deanson. Got it across the par. He goes to ground under big pressure there applied by Lachlan Barnish. So that forward surge short-circuited for the time being. So umpire Godfrey puts it up. Warbert just wrestles his opponent in Rogers out of the way. Here's Rogers at ground level, got the ball, bullocks his way forward, got here to Rupert Peck, does a little dinky kick forward, measured kick, got his hands to his rider under pressure there from James Hopton, who pushes the ball over the boundary line. So, yeah, half-forward flank area. So Echunga looking to get a countering goal as they go towards the golf course end. 24 minutes gone, third term.
Boundary throw-in, half-forward line for Echunga. Warbert at the back took the ruck work. Echunga might win out here. It's the bulldozed it forward to within about 40 metres from goal. Pack situation. Ball pops out. Taken by Hillard. He squares the
danger
ball
here.
dangerously. Rob and Shoemaker's taken a mark. So he'll be directly in front. Keen to move it on quickly. What's he going to do? Toe poke it inside 50. Pack went up.
Reuter.
Ball at ground level. Reuter slung. Not to ground level. Lockie Bates. Handballs out, finds Shoemaker. He's set upon immediately in a tackle. Nicely done there by Banich. And it's held up just tight on the boundary line as we head towards three-quarter time. 25 minutes gone. Blackwood 10-5. Echunga 9-4. Phil Hopton receiving the last 2 goals inside a few seconds. Coach Quinn will be interesting to hear what he has to say at three-quarter time. And that'll be last touch, I reckon.
No, I think it was contested, Goldie.
Okay, contested scrimmage situation.
Yep, chuck in, throw in.
Blackwood coach,
Yeah,
or
Matt
assistant,
Thomas,
Matt Thomas.
forward coach, yeah.
Boundary throwing inside 50 for Echunga. place, diving on it. You can see over the last few minutes his intent's gone up after giving away that free kick. And so it'll be held up deep inside 50 here for Echunga. 26 minutes gone. Blackwood 10-5. Echunga 9 goals 4. On the cusp of three-quarter time, what can Echunga do here? Oh, the Woods through Matty Tuck, last year's male medalist, bursts away, looking for a teammate.
Good grab.
Beautifully there in Venning, just in front of Munn.
Good grab. It's called by Goldie. Chips the ball across the teammate here in Rivermore. So Rivermore, he'll nurse the ball up here to the lead of Taunton. So Josh Taunton chooses the ball forward. And stretching to take a good mark is the youngster in Jackson Fairman. So Fairman, of course, last year's under-18 grand final team for the Woods. Played on this ground in the grand final. Ball goes high. A couple of Woods go up for it. Venning was at ground level. Style on there worked out by the Demons up the line. Grabbing his Bates, the Lockie variety. Quickly transfers ball across to Giadresco, edge of the cricket pitch. He in turn goes out wide and finds Rupert Peake. Be pretty serviceable this afternoon.
Yep, Peake goes further afield, finds, no teammate there. Coming in was Hillard. Ball spills out, tried to soccer it. Went to ground, diving in there.
Well done,
nice
Peake.
work here. Ends with Hillard. He'll outside of the boot sort of work towards the half-forward line. Trying to work towards the teammate. Oh, nice work off the ground by T. Into a dangerous position here for the Woods. Venning involved, went one way then the other. One step, round the corner job. Deep inside it. Jack
great grab.
Dykesman. Well, here's the skipper.
Well, he kicked
And
two
he's got an
goals.
opportunity from Phil Hopton territory.
He kicked 2 goals virtually from that position in the first quarter. Goldie haven't been sided a lot since, so his opportunity to get his third and just really push it out. They lead 10-5 to 9-4 at the moment.
Right on three-quarter time. We might go out to the huddles, Rob, at three-quarter time if you're up for it.
Be a good goal for them, boys. We'll take them 2-goal clear.
So Ryan Dykesman, has he kicked a goal today? Oh, he kicked 2.
in the first
Two
quarter.
in the first quarter. Here we go. From where Phil Hopton kicked from. Right on three-quarter time. He steered it to the left and they punch it.
No score,
And
boys.
It's gone through for nothing. So three-quarter time, Echunga 9-4, Blackwood 10-5. And good game of football, Rob. We'll go out to the huddle, should we? Rob?
Yeah, we can go out and see if we can hear anything, mate. So, yeah, but no, terrific game of footy, Pistols. Seesawing event, and the scoring end is definitely the primary school end. So, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? I think Blackwood kicked 4-2 that quarter, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, and similar sort of thing that Echunga did during the second quarter. So, the difference is, the question is can Echunga do what we're looking for? So, can they do the same thing? Goldie's going out to the huddle, Pistols, just to see what messages he can get.
Fluctuating game of footy here, Robbie, and a good game of footy. It was Black by 12 points at quarter time. Chunga getting in front by 7 points at half time, and then as you said, 4-2 to Blackwood has seen them seize that 7-point advantage back. So, so not a lot in it, and we knew how important this game was coming into it. Now, going around the ground for Chris Shaw accounting before we go down to a few stats that matter. Three-quarter time, Uradla 10-9, Mount Lofty 5-6. Over at the Cabbage Patch. It'd be nice and warm over there, I'd suggest.
If it's cold here, mate, it'll be freezing over there.
And, I tell you what, just stamping who's boss, the Raiders, that early season form when they were actually won 5 in a row. So certainly the bubble was burst. Harndorf 17-16 down at Sunny Callington lead the Raiders 2-3 at three-quarter time. So a bit of a mauling for the Raiders. And in Country Division just down the road, Meadows 9-7 lead Gumaraka 4-10. So the Southern Bulldogs looking pretty good in that sort of class. So, Rob, as you're going to give stats that matter.
Yeah, okay, inside 50s Pistols for the third quarter. Echunga 6, and indicative of the scoring end, Blackwood had 16. Probably didn't take full advantage of the amount of ball they had up there. Centre clearances was 1 to Echunga, 3 to Blackwood. Echunga had 4 frees, and there was 4 frees to Blackwood as well. So, pretty even game, and it should be an entertaining last quarter. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so trust you're enjoying the call of the wild here on our worldwide stream, and also going live on FM through 88.9 Lofty. So wherever you are, don't leave, because we're set for a very good finish here. It's a 7-point ball game in favour of the Blackwood Football Club. Just looking at the major goal kickers, Dykesman with 2, Venning has 2, Hopton had 2 without the ball going back to centre, in a pretty interesting situation there. Really probably 21 minutes into the term. Certainly what Echunga didn't want, that's for sure. Just a lack of discipline there, and Hopton kicking a goal and getting, I suppose, a bit roughed up, and found himself on the end of the ground in a little bit of a scuffle, and the umpire saying, well, you better have another kick. So, as I said, he's joined with 2 goals for him, and Matty T with 2 as well, so and Tuck. So, and for Echunga, Lockie Bates with 2 during that second term, and other goal kickers Edwards, Schumacher, Ellis, Place, Peak, Parr and Reuter during that term, Parr and Reuter. So, as I said, all in readiness here for a very good storming home last quarter. Very important game of footy. Blackwood coming off 2 successive losses, looking to get back on the winning list. And of course, Echunga, great form last week, beating the Raiders. Although when you look at that score at the moment, as I said, Harndorf 17-16, Raiders 2-3 at 3/4 time. Perhaps the Raiders have really slipped off the perch a little bit after their great start to the season.
They only need an injury or 2, Pistols, and their top 6 are really good. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they recover from the last 3 weeks.
Absolutely.
G'day, this is Tony Modra, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here on HFL Media.
Hi folks, it's Graham Corn speaking, and you're taking in the best of Adelaide Hills community footy right here on HFL Media.
Hi, this is Daria Gavrilova, and when I'm not on court, I enjoy a surf of community sport here on HFL Media.
And of course, our lovely Dasha Gavrilova there. I don't know if she's in the French Open, which starts pretty soon.
Good point.
And also, Rob, I noticed here when I rolled up, a few of the mature golfers out here at Royal Echunga, perhaps buoyed by the success of Phil Mickelson, which might check about.
Yes.
As we get back into the middle, start last quarter, ball comes out here, taken by Josh Rogers. He's got the ball to Nadsy Edwards, slips out to Parr, sells a bit of candy as he got round. Can he get around? No, he could not get around Hillard there. They held out the ball. Of course, Rob gives a scope for older golfers. Of course, Robbie having a birthday during the week. Happy birthday, Robbie. Hope
Thanks,
you had a
boys.
good time.
Yep, going out tonight to celebrate.
You might leave us early?
Yeah, I've got to leave in a minute, boys. It's too cold. I've got to get in the car before...
I will say out there on ground level, it's very, very cold, and some of the players were saying how cold it is.
Young Gay is going to take over the stats that matter, boys.
Benson nurses up to Tuck for Blackwood. So gradually moving forward here. This vital goal, first one in the last quarter, will be vital to hold a 7-point lead.
Woods coach Scott Preble, very impressed with the Woods movement in that last part of that quarter, and their ability to move it on quickly. We saw a bit of that throughout the match so far.
So ball inside 50, stoppage situation. Pink holding the ball there. Umpire Godfrey ruling there on the Blackwood player. So free kick will be taken away there for Echunga out wide through Munn. Has found Giadresco, who's been pretty consistent all afternoon for the Southern Demons. Puts it out towards the outer wing. Pack situation, taking the mark there is big Jan Warbert. Of course, basketball fame. Gives it off to the run of Hillard. The talented youngster nurses the ball across, but Place over the top takes a mark. Because to open the doors, he gives it the Reuter. The Demons go inside 50. Getting back is done. Here's a foot race. Bates there. Karuko there. Overcooks it as he left it behind. Gives it back to Hillard, and the Woods get out of trouble on this occasion.
Oh, gee whiz.
Golden
Good
opportunity
there, missing for Echunga. Kakuro pushing back. Meantime, Blackwood have got the ball on the outer side. This is that movement they were talking about. Keen to move it on quickly. Bennett's involved. Chain of handballs. This is that movement. Beautiful stuff. Johnson kick towards the... There we go. There's that movement. Scott Preble will be very, very happy with that transition play. Dykesman with a shot for goal. And he's missed it. But great movement there from the Woods, Rob.
It's so frustrating. They had the opportunity down the other end of the ground, did Echunga, but just muffed it. So Blackwood got it end to end and ended up in a point.
So, kick out here through the agency of Tansel. The Demons out wide. Ball comes back in there for Blackwood through the agency there. Looked like it was Oscar Hodge. And below the boundary line, Hopton couldn't control it. No last touch paid there, so the Academy boy will pitch it in. Right forward pocket for Blackwood as they kick towards the Royal Echunga Golf Club end. In fact, the ball has gone over the fence.
So this is where time is blown on. Time on, I think, where they blow the clock.
So the Academy boy showing his hurdling skills there, Goldies. He climbed over the fence. So pitch in. Vesenboom didn't get his hands to it. Clearing kick away by Rogers. Bouncing ball. Trapping it there was Karuko. Got it to the run here of a teammate in Schumacher. Demons inside 50. Coming out to meet the Blackwood defence. Comes out here. Hopkin working hard in the long sleeves. As in the James variety. Teammate going to ground there was Nathan Dunn holding the ball in. And thwarting that attack on this occasion. So ruck duel. Warbett. One-hander got it down to Hopkins. He's dispossessed quickly. Schumacher, I think, at ground level, flicks the ball out wide. Once again, James Hopkins getting involved in the long sleeves, but umpires paid too high. Infringed on a Blackwood defender. So it'll be a free kick taken in. Looks like another 50-metre penalty has been given out by umpire Taylor. Mitchie Taylor hot on it. Benson with the free kick will take the kick. Nurses it to the centre square, and coming out to meet it is Scott.
So he finds a teammate out on the other side. Is that Johnson? Or kick inside board.
Back to Scott.
Finds Scott. So Scott, centre half forward area. Oh, into the man on the mark, who was Rupert Peake. When got his own ball, finds the running Giadresco. Loves these situations. Handball over the top. The old 1-2 with Rogers, was it? Kick forward. Deep inside 50. Kakuro's lurking around the forward pocket area. Mopping up defence. Dangerous. Kicked out towards the boundary line. Last touch. Free kick for Blackwood.
Next will be Jimmy Hopkins. James Hopkins in the deep back pocket to take that free kick. So, pressure all around here. Blackwood 10-6, Chunga 9-4. So 8-point margin in favour of the Woods as they come up the ground to Tuck. Matty Tuck, the reigning male medalist, takes a mark in the centre half back position for the Woods. So what's on offer? Comes across here and finds Jack Baldacera. As the Woods possession football as they work it forward back to Tuck. He's drifted into space. So Tuck, what's on offer? Here's the shadows close in. Nurses up the line to Benson, who's made a bit of space. So as they go towards the wing area. So Daniel Benson. Once again gets a lead in from Hopkins directly. Went over his head, bouncing ball. Oh, infringed there. The umpire didn't see it. Held on to was young Fairman. Ball hacked forward. Nearly good mate. Here's Dykesman. Traps to the ground. They'll give the run to Vandenberg. He lifts the eyes as he sees the Blackwood opponent move for teammate. It was Hillard. Gathers the ball. Held up in a big tackle there. So, umpire just missing the infringement here as the Blackwood boy was scragged off the ball.
Stoppage situation. Deep inside attacking 50 for the Woods. 9-4 Echunga. Blackwood 10 goals 6. So 8 points the margin. Scrimmage situation. 6 minutes gone in the final term. Big match for both sides. Chunga looking for their third win for the season. And Blackwood looking for their fifth win, with Blackwood in fourth and Echunga in seventh. Handball out. Here's a chance for Munn. Short fine pass finds Giadresco in the half back line. Stop start. So Giadresco, what will he do here? He'll probably kick towards past us in the broadcasting van. Pack forms. Over the top was Liston. Nice work here for the Woods. Winning out there. Kick forward. Good spoil over the top at the centre half back area. Scott involved. Flicking out the handball. Kick towards deep in. Dykesman's the target over the top. Punch towards the boundary line. Coming in there. And Echunga should clear through Luca Jackaway, who kicks it out towards the half back line, but it'll come back in here for the Woods.
Yeah, Blackwood with the mark. It might be Venning. No, sorry, not Venning. The distance there.
7 minutes gone. 10-4 Blackwood, Echunga 9-4. Repeat forward entries for the Woods.
So he's fancying his chances here, this Blackwood boy, in the distance. Just trying to pick up who it might be Lachlan Banish, perhaps.
Find out shortly. Very cold out there.
So here comes the kick. Big long run up, sets it on its way. Has it got the distance? No.
Oh, dangerous
falls
punch.
Bit short. cleared away desperately by the Echunga defence out towards Rupert Peak, but the ball bounces out over the boundary line. So I tell you what, Goldie, trust you're enjoying the call on Lofty 88.9 FM.
On temperature?
And the temperature there?
11 degrees.
11 degrees. And I was going to say, one of the presenters is here, Life with Lisa.
Local Life with Lisa.
She'll be loving life at the moment. It must be freezing down there. She's got about 10 blankets on her.
Here we go.
Here's Giardresco across the face. Steadies and then centres up the corridor. Dangerous kick, but picks out Sammy Graves. The big ruckman takes a mark there.
Graves, defensive 50. First goal, just a little bit of nerves here in the starting this final term. Kick over the top by Place. Peak involved. So Peak looking for options. Goes a little short pass, bit of a dinky one. Patient build-up. 10-6 to 9-4, Blackwood leading. Bates, Cam Bates variety, kicks it out towards the wing. Is that gone last touch? Or it's kept alive. Parr involved, diving in at it. And umpires will meet here to work out if it's a last touch rule.
The Blackwood desperately crying for... Yeah, last
free kick
touch.
for Blackwood, last touch.
I think it was Parr diving to try and keep it in, as you called. So, free kick. Matty T, I think it is in the distance in the outer wing.
Just wondering, there he is, Adam Edwards, he's spotted out there.
So, T, high kick, but taking a mark defensively there was Munn. Waste no time, gets the ball on here. Out wide, I think it might be Graves. He's worked down, is it? So, Sammy Graves. Just took a mark, defensive mark now on the flank.
Oh, here we go.
Puts it wide over the top. Benson intercepts
Maybe
mark.
called him into it.
Yeah, takes Ayers Dykesman. He's got the set over the top of Place and takes the mark. So the skipper, already 2 goals on the board this afternoon, but he wouldn't back him in from this distance, but he's always creative as he nurses the ball up and finds Venning.
Just this patient build-up that Preble was talking about at three-quarter time. No need to rush it.
This is Banich, I think it is, who's worked his way up unnoticed up to the wing area. So Lockie Banich, his first year with the club.
Calling someone to come at him here, Pistols. He's going to go right to the edge of the square here. Phil Hopton's the target. Ball hits the deck. Nice work there. Wearing the old Kurt Thompson number, but it's a throw. Yeah. Off hands. Here we go. Echunga on the counter-attack. Munn pops up. Short kick towards the half-back line. Finds a teammate there in Henry Reuter. Of course, Harry Young off the ground with a knee injury in the second term. So Reuter on the left boot will kick from half-back towards outer side wing in the sunshine. It's chilly over this side of the ground. Snap forward by the Woods, getting repeat forward entries. Zeverbooms around the action. That's a push in the back, isn't it?
Okay.
Echunga on the counter-attack here through Giardresco.
Yep, Giardresco tries to shrug off an opponent, forced to go back around. Goes back out wide here, finds a Jackaway, I think it is. Nurses the ball up forward, looking for Parr right in front of the Dreammaker. Nurses the ball further on the interchange wing, coming to meet. Oh, well gathered there was Sammy Graves, but in the end pushed out over the boundary line by Matty Tuck. So ball in from the academy boy right in the interchange gate area between the two camps. Both coaches working overtime. Close game, 9-4, 10-6, 8-point margin favour of the Woods. Ball comes down over the back. Attempted to kick away there by Edwards. Gets the ball forward. And coming out to take the meet is Reuter.
Henry Reuter, kick inside 50. 2 Woods players back there along with the Chunga player. Kakura is lurking, but good work from the Woods defence once again. Hillard involved. Half back line. Could have a bounce. He does. The youngster, he's been good today. Kicks up the wing. Benson's a target. Might be chopped out here by Munn. He's also been good. He'll kick it inside 50 into the forward pog. He's got a player all by himself and he takes the mark. Is that Lockie Bates?
Could be in the distance there.
We'll find out shortly on the vision, on the replay here. I think it's Lockie Bates.
Just a bad turnover there. Bad selection.
Yeah, Lockie Bates.
Caused the turnover.
Number 19.
And Munn, as you said, been good all afternoon. The turnover. And now Lockie Bates. Important kick for him.
Son of a legend. Has a good crack at this one. And he's missed.
So, interestingly, Benny come out to 12 minutes and both sides only adding one behind since three-quarter time.
Yep. 9-5 Echunga, Blackwood 10-6. So 7-point margin. Echunga, you feel, need the next one.
Absolutely. As Matty Tuck once again.
12-minute mark, final term.
He'll shoot up the line. Here's Venning, who's drifted down from his forward position. So Venning, as I said, plenty of experience. SNFL ranks, also premiership player for the Brighton Bombers. He nurses the ball forward. And Scott also experienced, West Adelaide, down at Meningie. So, Scott. Wait to see
Scott of
what's
the
offered.
Antarctic sort
I
of
tell you,
conditions.
yeah, you're right, the right weather for it, my friend. Puts it out to Phil Hopton. He puts up the Dukes and takes a good mark out of side wing area for the Blackwood Football Club. Of course, kicked 2 goals without the ball going back to the centre in that third term, and a bit of a show of, undisciplined play by Echunga. Ball comes up. Rupert Peake getting his hand to the ball. Good to see him when he took that heavy knock on the shoulder there in the first term. Looked pretty bad, but hopefully all right. And as you said, we extend our best to Harry Young for that. Looked like a bit of an unfortunate knee injury. Hopefully he's okay.
Boundary throw in, centre wing, outer side. Mainly the whole ground now in shade. Benson stripped of it. Ball supported out there by Tainton. Kick forward.
Good grab.
Lovely grab there.
Starting to come into the game.
Fabulous.
Phil Hopton.
Yeah, big Phil Hopton. As we said, Joel Aish was on pre-game. So big Phil will have to step up for the rest of the year for the Woods to charge back up the ladder. So Phil Hopton, kick into the forward pocket. Warburt's down there, chopped off. Good mark into defensive 50 by Hamish Filkey. Giadresco with the trademark run. Stabs at it to Reuter territory. Oh, he's paid the mark, has he? Okay, that's interesting. Wheels onto the left boot.
Chopping
Henry
maybe.
Reuter for Echunga. Kicks it towards the grandstand wing. Off hands, tight towards the boundary line. Giadresco following up nicely. Tight on the boundary line, working it in confines, its place. Blackwood players want and supporters want holding the ball, and they get it.
So big Sammy Zevenbaum takes the resultant free kick.
9-5 Echunga, Blackwood 10-6, 15 minutes
Ball
gone.
sits.
Final
Here's
term.
Hopton again, got his hands to it, couldn't hold it this time. Ball comes down, tamed by Schumacher. Was that too high? No, said the umpire. Gave it to Gerke in time, got it back to Munn. Lifts the eyes and nurses up the wing towards place. And coming in, good spiralling effort there by Zevenbaum. So hard balls to get here, why not? 7-point ball game as Benny Goldfinch called. 10-6 to 9-5. 14.5 minutes gone here, call of the Wild. Trust you enjoying this final quarter from Echunga Oval.
Yep, the ruck's important role to play. Nice work there by the big man Grave over the top. Here's a chance for play. Umpire's called a free kick. It's going Echunga's way, is it? Going to Mitchell Parr. So Parr with the bun, kicks it one step, kicks it towards a half-forward line. Quite a few Woods down there. Echunga player went up, tight on the boundary line, keeping alive with Blackwood. Parr following up his work, wheels around on the right boot, kicks it towards the half-forward line for Echunga, tight on the boundary, off hands, no clear last touch. Yep. And that'll be a boundary throw in half-forward line. Echunga 9-5, Blackwood 10-6, and we've gone 16 minutes in the final term.
Yep, Reuter and Bennett's in that contest. As the umpire said, no clear who it came off of. So Ruckjul comes down here. Lurking, good work there by Vandenberg. Loses the ball, goes back for a second time, finally loses it. There's a chance here. Stacks on the mill in the back pocket area. Umpire Godfrey lurking and says, I'll have it, boys. So just feel the pressure here. Might be getting a bit chilly, but it's still hot in the kitchen out there, Goldie. 7-point ball game here. Midway through the final term, he'll take this vital win. Ruckjul. One down here, stolen around the corner by Hodge. High kick. Bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Tucker's the first to get it. Shrugs off a tackler, gets the ball further afield to Venning, gives it back to runner Tuck. He's been important this last quarter. Nurses up towards Dykesman, one-on-one, and Filkey cleverly taps the ball over the line to avert that forward attack. So ball moving quickly from end to end here, Goldie.
Good game of football, great crowd in the house from Echunga. Blackwood leading 10-6, Echunga 9-5. Have we had any goals in this final term? No, we haven't.
Behind each.
So, Tuck starting to step up once again.
I'd like to see his stats in this quarter, Goldie. Can't keep a good man down. As I said, started well, held up a bit in the second term, but certainly boosting back when the game's up for grabs.
Yep. Tuck kicks the ball inside 50. Who's he got? Well,
Dykesman.
Dykesman, is it? Oh, no.
No, Scott.
Oh, he's got a player on here who will run in, and Benson, and he does the fist for a miss.
He's happy with it behind.
Oh, gee whiz, that would have been almost a sealer.
Tell you what, could have packed up the caravan and been on the road.
It's very cold. 17 minutes gone. Echunga 9-5, Blackwood 10-7. Almost a sealer there for Benson.
Back to the 8-point margin again. Benny?
Cold conditions. Here we go. Echunga, what can they do? Still plenty of time, probably about 8 odd minutes. Giadresco, back pocket area. He's once again got plenty of touches. Probably right up there in the male medal count at the moment. Kicks it out towards us in the broadcasting area. Pack forms off hands. Players trying to claim the mark there.
Bennett's trying to steal. Thief in the night out of the hand of Ellis's forward coach, Matty Thomas, getting very animated next to us, the Dreammaker. Hear him quite clearly. So umpire Godfrey tucks the ball up. Wobbett flicks it back towards that man Tuck. His tackle got it to Johnson. He fumbles, manages to get a left boot up the line. Here's cruel bounce, doesn't favour Hopton. Coming out, lumbering out as Munn. Venning in close proximity to him. Both boys go to ground. So, yeah, real tense here. As you said, Goldie, next goal could win the game. Or in Chunga's case, they need another one, but Blackwood certainly
need to crank the heater in here. 10-7 Blackwood, Echunga 9-5. Umpire taking his time. Just going to blow time on.
Yeah, get up.
So 18 minutes gone, final term. About 8 minutes left. Ball up. Warbett, front position, brings it down to ground level. Tuck was lurking. Diving in on it, the ball was also Zam Grave.
You can see how they set up here too. Also, Johnson just lurking out the back here. If they get the ball down from Warbett, the handball out to Johnson and he's clear.
Hillard's also there in space at centre half forward area. Went one way then the other. Nice work. Oh, dangerous position. Benson. And it's held up in a good area for the Woods to set up here.
Yeah, training drill there. Just didn't come off Benson, just couldn't control the ball. But as we said, very dangerous around the clearances there, options. Umpire Tully's paid a free kick to Vandenberg. Against Bates, is it?
Against Place, I think.
A Place or, well, I don't know.
Hang on, let's have a look at the free kick here.
He sort of
he's thrown it at his head. He's thrown the ball at his head.
Wow. Edward Vandenberg. Opportunity here, not a major goal kicker this season. Played most of the midfield.
He threw the ball back at his face.
So, once again, a lack of discipline could cost Echunga. So, Vandenberg said not a multiple goal kicker this season so far. Important kick here. 20-minute mark. It's going to fall short. Off hands taken by Fairman, the youngster.
He's done a drop kick.
Young Fairman almost managed something out of nothing, but hit the post.
Gee, they're keeping him alive here. They've had a few shots in the last couple of minutes.
So 3 behinds for the term, only 1 from Echunga. So Peak deep in the back pocket. Waste no time, out of wing. Time becoming a factor.
20-minute mark.
20-minute mark. Ball comes out here. Quick kick away for Echunga, but Johnson takes the ball, nurses up the line to young Fairman, off hands, taken by Bates, feeds it out towards Munn, gives him a task, didn't hit the target.
That'll be gone.
Johnson comes in, Fairman's in there, close to the boundary line, trying to pick it up his Grave. I tell you what, handball from Bates really didn't hit the target, sort of stopped that run. But anyway, the Academy boy will pitch it right in front of the Dreammaker. 21 minutes gone, 8-point ball game.
8-point ball game, off hands. Half forward line for the Woods, shoveled it out. Is that a handball? Is that a handball? He's paid a free kick.
I tell you what, that's a very nice Wally Lewis pass out there by Vandenberg, but if you get away with it, so Daniel Benson. Sorry, 9 points, Goldie, 9-5 to 10-8.
Benson with the ball, half forward line, 21-minute mark. Echunga 9-5, Blackwood 10-8. Oh, sorry about the language. Kick inside 50, deep, right to the line, off hands. And it's gone out of bounds, is it? Oh, there we go. That won't be last touch. So just around from the left point post. Woods just happy to keep it locked in their forward line in these last few minutes. 21 minutes gone. Echunga 9-5. Blackwood 10 goals, 8. Oh, must have been last touch. So it's free kick to it's a ball out of side to Giadresco. One step, kick towards the half back line. Players went up, off hands. Nice work here from the Woods.
Vandenberg.
Quick hand,
Johnson, the boy from Sale. That's drifted across. So 4 straight behinds in this quarter to Blackwood. Echunga have only kicked the 1 behind. In fact, since half-time, Goldie, Echunga have only kicked 2 goals.
Yep.
So they need a couple here to win the game.
Kick in from Echunga. Turnover, Dykesman on the left boot. Another flying shot at goal, and that's gone through for a point. So 5 points in a row for the Woods. They go to 10-10-70. Echunga 9 goals, 5. So Echunga still alive, but we're gone towards the 22-minute mark. So it's gone out of bounds.
So pressure situation here. Come at the 22-minute mark, as Benny Goldfinch called. Woods with their nose in front. Echunga need to kick 2 goals to win the game. As I said, they've only kicked 2 goals since half-time, so big task ahead of them, but still time if they're good enough. Comes the Vanderberg, tries the streaming work. Comes the young Fairman, but Nadsy Edwards in there, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. The Echunga Warhorse, of course, recent 200 gamer.
Vicky Quinn's listening from Mount Gambier.
Good on you, Vicky. I tell you what, I hope it's warmer in Mount Gambier. East Gambier, I wonder how they went today, because that's Simon's old team down there. But his team in a little bit of strife here, particularly if young Fairman is able to nail this, as they trail 9-5 to 10-10 at this stage. So what's it, 11-point ball game? So young Jackson Fairman bobbed up pretty handily this afternoon. It's a chance to kick his first goal of the afternoon, which would be the sealer. I tell you what, they get around the young man, and why not? Great pressure kick, and I think he would have just about sealed the win for the Woods now. First goal of the final term for both sides comes at the 23-minute mark, Goldie, and suggests that could be all she cried for Echunga here this afternoon. So instructions still being barked here.
Blackwood 11-10, Echunga 9-5. We go towards the 24-minute mark. Back in the middle, it'll be Warbett versus Grave in ruck. Umpire will throw the ball up. Echunga desperately need a quick one out of the middle. Oh, flicked on by Bates, found Tuck. Bates will go in again. Handball out from the Woods. Warbett, chain of handballs, eventually finds Matt Tuck, last year's male medalist, on his left. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. One-on-one T versus Munn. Lovely work by T. He's got a player on, but he goes for goal. Has a flying shot at the sticks, and it's gone through it's hit the ball. Oh, it's bouncing everywhere, and it's gone through for a point.
Tell you, that would have been just brought the house down. Great body work. Then he read the ball well and then nursed it long. So, Demons. Sands of time running out for him as they find Grave.
There we go.
There it is, in fact. That's all she cried. So, Blackwood 11-11 have defeated Echunga 9-5. The Demons held to just one behind in that final term. Vinny Goldfinch.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Simon Quinn here. He's not even moving. Just frustrated there.
Just sitting there and think one that got away, as I said, that last
I think
quarter.
it is one that got away. Just both coaches now meeting.
Shaking hands with Scott Preble. And
good to see.
Yep.
But, Echunga 9 goals 5, Blackwood 11 goals 11. So at half-time it was 7-3 to 6-2. Just keeping an eye on things here.
Someone just going out and have a yarn to the
Simon Quinn, is
the
it?
Umpires?
Yeah, he is. He's having a bit of a chat. Simon Quinn just having a bit of a chat to one of the umpires.
But anyway, the result has been run and won. And 2 goals 6 is the margin. So 2 goals 6 is the margin. So in the end at 18 points. So 11-11 to 9-5. So we'll just wait and see what his is. Seems to be a little bit of discussion towards the umpires as they leave the arena here, but
yeah, just have a bit of a word there. But should we have a bit of a chat to someone, see if we can get someone from Blackwood Pistols to see what they think? Matt Thomas?
Well, absolutely. If you want to wander out there, Goldie, let's see what we can grab. I tell you what, I said if you're a Penguin, you'd be pretty happy at the moment because the weather conditions would be certainly suiting you, but there'll be warm time in the Blackwood rooms, that's for sure, as they celebrate. As joining us quickly, and always good to have a chat between the past male medalist and on the Blackwood coaching staff, the forward coach. So, Matty Thomas, welcome, Matty. Good win that one, mate. A fluctuating game of footy. As we said, you led by 12 points at quarter time, trailed by 7 at half time, led by 7. At three-quarter time, you ran out an 18-point ball game. And, well, you're the forward coach. Must have been frustrating there. 5 consecutive points in the last quarter before you got that final goal.
Yeah, I think that final goal, we really were chipping away a lot. They were really good at their stoppages and got forward of the stoppage a bit, and our sweepers just weren't there enough. Then once we got that sorted, though, Pistols, we just gained momentum. And then we just got chipped the ball forward. We got ourselves into some good spots, and that last goal was an absolute moneymaker for us. So really good.
Especially the young kid Jackson Fairman to kick it for you. That was fantastic for him.
Yeah. And you know what? He's money in the bank. When he has a set shot on goal, he is money in the bank. He's crunch time. He's got iced water going through those veins of his.
Well, I tell you what, the forward coach must be doing a pretty good job with him out there.
Nah, I can't take any credit. He's a good kid. He just works really hard at his game, and really proud of the boys' efforts today. Get back on. And the
also,
list.
just quickly before I let you go and join in the song, coming off 2 losses, and obviously Echunga took it up to you today. You only kept them to 2 goals in the second half.
Yeah.
A very important win for you today in the context of the season.
Oh, absolutely. And the whole thing is, if we just need to build momentum. We've got a really, really young team, a lot of 18, 19-year-olds. We've got about 7 kids that are all under the age of 20 years old on our side. So a little bit of belief, and just we can keep the momentum going forward. Who knows where we can end? Because we've got some big people, big players coming back into our team towards the last part of the year. Really exciting stuff.
Good on you, Matty. Thanks for joining us. I'll let you get back and enjoy it. Good on you. Matty Thomas there, of course, Sturt, North Adelaide footballer, SNFL, and of course your Raid Lamar medalist back in the time. So
wow,
they'd be pretty happy, and it said they come home pretty well. 4 goals in that final term. 5 goals to 2 in the second half. So 4 goal in the third quarter, and then as you heard Matty Thomas say, young Fairman kicking that goal at the 23-minute mark to finally break the back, and they've run out 11-11 to 9-5. So
there we go.
18-point margin.
East
Gambia called us if they played Caston. Oh, yes, I can tell that. Vicky Quinn just here on the
unhappy
the
husband tonight.
The COVID situation. So, well, good you've been able to get your footy fix for the weekend, Vicky.
Gary Reynolds says great stuff, Woods, and
seems to be a lot of nurses out there today.
Interesting. All right.
Interesting call, but yeah. Anyway, we're looking at it. Blackwood, so Dykesman with 2, Matty T with 2, Hopton with 2, the back-to-back goals, Goldie. And if you ask me, that could well have been the turning point of the game at the 21-minute mark of that third term, getting those. A bit of, said Simon Quinn, he'd be not very happy with a few undisciplined acts there from his team, just at vital moments.
Yeah, well, Pistols, I reckon we're done. We've got any scores coming in as we head towards 5 o'clock?
You might just want to run through the inside 50s, etc., the stats that matter for the final term here, as well. Just see what's coming through.
Blackwood looks like 11 inside 50s in that final term to Echunga's 7. And free kicks, 29 to Blackwood, Echunga 18, looks like, for the match. 8-3 in the final term. As we're going around the ground, of course, Bridgewater Callington were hosting Harndorf. And...
Harndorf. Well, certainly, as I said, the Raiders looked like they'd be a bit of a challenger in the earliest part of the season, but I think their 3rd loss in a row. So maybe the bubble was burst a little bit down there. Harndorf 23-18 have defeated the Raiders 5-7. Is
that another 100-point win for Harndorf?
Yeah.
I guess it is.
But I tell you what, Mount Lofty come home with a very wet
stat that I should have gone with.
3/4 time, it was Uraidla 10-9, Mount Lofty 5-6. Final score, Uraidla 10-9 have defeated Mount Lofty 10-8.
1 point, wow.
10-8, the Devils kicked 4 goals in a row and then just fell short by 1 behind. So, my tip just failed Benny. The huddle,
but almost that stat coming through.
But what a great game of footy. So they're the only 2 ones that we can get through. But at 3/4 time, as we said, Meadows were in charge in their game down the road. So that about does it all. Goldie, once again,
great day. Great
day of footy and a good game of footy here. 3-goal margin in 18 points at Blackwood. 11-11 have defeated Echunga 9-5. And, we've got to thank a few people. Matt the Roadie, once again, for dropping the Dream Maker out here very early. We don't thank him for not fixing the heater. We must get on him for that.
It's all part of it, isn't it, I suppose?
And we got to thank also...
Thanks the Colonel for setting everything up.
Tony Sander, of course, Dallas the cameraman for his great work. Also, thanks to Chris Shaw Accounting for their support today, and also Solar Wholesalers for their assistance with the scissor lift, etc. here. So thank you very much to him. Now, just before we go, Goldie, I just want to make a quick mention of a good mate of ours, a good friend of the show, and of course, what a great Hills Football League champion he's been. Also, SNFL dual premiership player. Matty Cooper hasn't been too good lately with a really debilitating illness, and well, there's a GoFundMe page on just to help him and the family out. So anyone who can get on, have a look at that and support Matthew in a really tough time for him and the family. Illness which really they can't diagnose at the moment, but what a great performer he was on the footy field. So as said, a lot of Hills people, sports people rally around each other, so great opportunity for Matt Cooper. So as I said, a GoFundMe page, so get on and see you can find that. And that's about all. I suggest next week we're back to Nairn Oval.
Yep.
I think for a big clash, Sloberthal and the Nairn Bremer Rams. Yeah, and don't forget the Huddle, of course, reformed on Wednesday night. And we will be talking to an Olympian, I can guarantee you that.
Yep.
That's been done. Also might be having a chat to a guy who's, I think, could be his 300th game of A-grade football next Saturday.
Great.
So we'll just leave that in the lurch. But that's about it here from... Solar Wholesalers Oval in Echunga. We're at the home side of, we're in front at half time, but the second half a little bit disappointing, only kicking 2 goals. So the Blackwood Football Club breaking a run of 2 consecutive defeats. They've run out with a very good win, 11-11 to 9-5. So an 18-point ball game in favour of the Blackwood Football Club. As said, that wraps us up. Thank you, Benny, for your input this afternoon. Thanks to Rob Shearwood, who was here earlier. Thanks to Gay, the stand-in stats lady. Good to see Life with Lisa here. Claudine's here. Cast of thousands
Kimberly
here in the Dreammaker. So I tell you what, we might go and have something to warm us up because, as Goldie said, you feel a bit like Scott of the Antarctic here. That's it. Until we catch you again on the Call of the Wild, this is Pistols saying keep on chasing your goals. Bye for now.
The Call of the Wild is an HFL media production in association with